Hello, and welcome to our very latest episode of Night Quest with Doodle and CMoney. I am CMoney. I'm joined by the always lovely Doodle.
What's up, everyone? Happy Tuesday. Thank you so very much for rocking out with us today. The panel may be a little upset, cannot support, the boldness today.
It's not boldness, bro.
Forgot my beanie. There we go.
Jesus.
But yeah. They'll get over it at some point or another.
I don't know how we've
I'm
been
point
gone
gang.
for so long.
You know what I'm saying?
And she chooses
Point
violence.
being
You know
again.
what I'm saying? Like immediately. Unnecessary, but that's okay. Tears internally, smiles on the outside. You know what I'm saying? That's all it's about. That's what we gotta write.
Well, the support should get you through, right? Like the fact that I'm supporting you guys.
By fabricating lies.
What do you mean?
God damn it, Doodle.
No, I'm
Nobody's
point
bald.
beanie gang. You know what I mean?
It's just the beanie. All you had to say
Yeah.
was that I'm not rocking the beanie. So
Tomato,
I'm not part of
tomato.
the beanie gang. No,
Potato,
it's not tomato,
potato.
tomato. It's not the same. God damn it. What's up, everybody? You know. Here. Night Quest, baby. It's been a while, but we're back. Been busy, but goddamn, we're back. What's up, guys? Thank you so much for being here. Of course, it's Night Quest, which is Tuesday night, which means it's not just Doodle and myself. No. It is, in fact, Doodle, myself,
And
this blank screen.
woo! Give it up for the blank screen.
Pretty sure we can call him Blank Man from now on. Black Man? What's that movie with the Wayne's brother dude? Remember
what?
Damon Wayans? He had a movie Blank Man or something like that. Is that correct, or am I making that
All
up?
right. I think. Well,
I feel like that's a real thing.
it could be real.
Ah!
Hey,
Whoa!
Has
Whoa!
arrived.
Hey.
He
That was
here,
a magic
and now he's
trick
gone,
right
Yeah.
and now
there.
he's back. It
He's
is
back.
magic. It is.
Yeah, I
magic.
got Pony snatched me up for a second.
Pony snapped up
Yeah.
back in.
See,
Of
these
course, you know
Gallopers
who he is. It's our
lost.
homie, our boy, motherfucking Pharaoh Bizarre. What's up, my dude? Thank you for being
Man,
Let's
here.
what's
go.
going on? Another week of Night Quest. I'm happy to be here.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for being here.
Well, thank you, sir, for being here. We're gonna have a great show, man. We've been gone for a few days, so yeah, we have a lot to talk about. But the funniest shit, yo, how long have we gone in on the pisser here? You know what I'm saying?
Since
Like
the beginning.
how we've been
Since
going
the
in
beginning.
since the beginning, right?
Yes.
Nonstop.
Nonstop.
Since they try to zoom in 500,000 degrees
Mhm.
to tell us that the sign
If you squint
can be read a little better.
and if you don't need
A sign that
glasses,
you've never read in your life.
you gotta have a 20/20 vision in order to
Exactly.
to be
So
able to.
since that moment,
notice that.
we've been going in, and the pony's been like, "Nah, the pistol's the shit."
Mhm.
You know, say the pistol's the
pistol
shit.
is
The
shit.
pistol's so
Oh.
much better.
I don't know if y'all saw it, but y'all saw the thing with Sony lying about using the PSSR and not using it
Of
at
course
all.
they lied.
I didn't see nothing about lying. If you got something, let's
Send
see
it to us. Let's get
bring it.
this.
It's
Lining
MLB
up.
The Show. They said that MLB The Show was PS5 Pro enhanced and it has no PS5 Pro enhancements. I have to look it up.
Damn.
That's wild.
Another day, another lie.
But you know what it is? The ponies are so stupid they wouldn't know the difference.
Mm-mm.
You know what I'm saying? So they'd be like,
This is
"Oh my God, look at this
money.
shit. This shit's PlayStation 4 Pro. Stop."
It's a 4090, and
It's
we're
a
crazy
4090.
for not being able to see, what they've created. The good thing is that their next console is going to be actually, believe it or not, cheaper than the pisser. CMoney. Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. That's what they're going to do.
Yeah,
That's what they're going to do. They're
That's
going to make
the
it, they're
power
gonna
they
make it
have.
cheaper.
So they're going away from the pisser. The pisser's garbage. We know it. They know it.
Seriously.
Mark
They
Cerny
probably
came out.
found it in a garbage
He
can.
told the world that it was garbage. So we're gonna have some fun talking about that. They also had a little more of a discussion on next gen Xbox and certain handheld that might be coming this year, and supposedly now they're saying that it might be 2027 for the next gen box. We'll see. We'll discuss it. We'll see where we get that information from and what it means. That being said,
Yes.
you know what the fuck
If
it
I can
is,
find
man.
my
Oh.
card.
We are here in the building. I don't know
Well,
why
listen,
I
you
left
guys are gonna
this
have to-
on the whole time because this is
I'll be
all
back like the
wrong.
Terminator.
Oh,
all right.
all right. I got this.
You got this.
Go ahead. Okay, so I have to I had that thing running and didn't even have the thingalings. The thingalings correct. Thingalings. God damn it. You guys can't even hear her. And she's already talking some shit. Oh my god. All right, let me do that. Let me do that. That shit out of there. Out of there. And out of
here's the article.
Okay. There we go. All right, beautiful. All right, cool. So listen, you know what it is, man. We're here, we live. We always got to shout out our supporters, man. We appreciate each and every one of y'all, everybody who supports us over on Patreon and on YouTube as members, man. You guys are the shit. But of course, we need to go ahead and shout out our elite members. That's right. You have the homie Big Boy Mike, Dark Angelic, Pragmatic Eagle, and Coach Hooded Canuck. And of course, we have our inner circle member, our boy, Big Migs Gaming. Thank you guys so much for your support, man. We appreciate each and every one of y'all. But y'all know what it is, man. Being live in the building right now. Ahora mismo. Right now, in the building with us. You're supporting us in such a major way, man. And we appreciate each and every one of you individually for being here. That being said, you know the deal. Not everybody can be special. Okay. And you are not all equal. That's right. Every show, 3 of you rise above the rest to become the specials. And the specials are the first 3 people in this bitch. And I got to tell you, a little bit of a shakeup at the top. You know what I'm saying? We've been away for a little bit. So our normal top 3 runners, the guys who are normally up there, they didn't even know what was happening. They're lost. They're out in the bushes somewhere. You know what I'm saying? They don't know. They don't even know where they are right now. So we got 3 new people in this bitch. That's right. First in this bitch, we got the homie, a Togi Gamer. I'm pretty sure this is your first time being first, but shout out to a Togi being first in this bitch, slapping up these old people. But I don't mean old by age. I mean old by being here a long time, thinking that they were running the top. They don't run the top no more. A Togi came and slapped them up. A Togi, good on you, man. Say I ain't taking no shit from nobody. Good shit, my dude. Thank you, my brother, for being here, man. Appreciate you, homie. Number 2 in the building. I mean, I'm pretty sure at some point in life, this has happened, the top 3. But Malcolm motherfucking X-Lax, number 2 in the building. That's right. My boy, Malcolm. Thank you, my brother, for being here. Appreciate it. And rounded out our top 3. He's always here, but not never. I think he did it one time, maybe twice. Our boy in 3rd place, our brother, Dark Angelic in the building. My dude. Thank you, my brother, for being here, man. We appreciate y'all. That's right. You 3 are the specials, which means I'm going to take a moment to write you down right here. Give you your what is it? Your flowers? No, your roses. Give you your props. I don't remember what Doodle said. Doodle walked away. She would have slapped me for saying that. So we're going to go ahead and we do a Togi Gamer. Malcolm. I feel like Malcolm X actually has been in the top recently because I feel like I remember writing the name. And then numero 3, Dark Angelic. All right. Beautiful. Okay, and then let me get ahead of the curve. Let me get the head of the curve over here. I'm gonna put our boy right here. Let's do this. Gonna go first. 108 dragon. Okay, and we're gonna hit that. So this all happens in real time. All right, we don't mess around here. This is all real time. You know what's happening because you can see it. Control B. Actually, you can't see it, but you will see it. Boom. Done so. Okay, all done there. Shout out to our homies. Thank y'all so much, man. We appreciate y'all so much. Of course, our boy 108 Dragon in the building. That's right, my dude. With that $2 super chat, man. Appreciate your fam. Says R.I.P. PiSSR. Bro, is it like obviously this is like hardware related, but I think honestly, I really feel like PlayStation has like they're looking for history books type shit right now. You know what I'm saying? They want to go down in history. They did it once last year with Concord, right? History books. Never a big AAA game come out, be released, and then murdered, right? Completely taken off of the market, dead game. And what was it? 10 days? Concord lived 10 days, 14 days, 6 days,
12 days.
12 in between 12 days. So they already set like records, right? They made history. They were AAA first party platform game release canceled after release. Okay. After release. That was number one. That was in 2024. 2025. I think they're going to make this a yearly thing, y'all. They're going to make this a yearly thing. So PiSSR is new tech. Okay. This new tech that they created, that they worked on, that they said is the hardest shit that they ever had to do. And they are already going to replace that bitch. They are already saying another failed piece of tech that's a waste of everybody's time.
They're bending the knee left and right to the point that they're renting out PlayStation 5s now to try to inflate those sales numbers. They're packaging Astrobot into the console now to inflate those sales numbers. They're just bending the knee left and right.
It's almost like that was their plan after all. Yeah, that's wild. It's wild. That's really wild. So yes, RIP PiSSR. No one gave a shit about you before. But now, what are the ponies going to talk about? That's the real question, right? So what is the pro? Nothing. It's crap. 108 Dragons back, my boy, with another $5 super chat, man. Appreciate you, fam. Says Sony tried to out AMD on AMD hardware. Silly asses, ponies like PiSSR with 720p monitor. Yo, goddamn. It's true. They literally sat there and they were like, we could do it. We could do this shit. Come on. If AMD can do it, we can do it. Bro, they couldn't do shit. They literally admitted how difficult it was, how hard it was for them to do that shit. And all we've seen is failure after failure from that shit. Every game, fail, shit, crap, doo-doo. Nothing works nice on the PiSSR, right? Like everything is either not using it, like most of their first party titles just completely refuse to use the PiSSR, right? And then the third parties that did implement the PiSSR, a lot of them removed it because it was creating more good than bad. It's crazy. We're definitely going to get into it, but goddamn, is it funny? It is. It's fucking wild. And we do have our boy, oh shit, the homie, our brother, motherfucking fuck you, went ahead and became an on point member. Goddamn, y'all know what to do. She ain't here, but that's okay. What the motherfucking welcome to the family emoji in the chat. Welcome our newest member, our motherfucking homie, Fark you. Thank you, my suit. Where the fuck was I going? Where was that gonna be? My Sue. My senor? I don't know where that. I don't know what was happening there. Okay. I don't know. Doodle's not here. It threw me off. Okay. It threw me off. Doodle's the one who sets me up for that correctly. Fuck you. Thank you, my brother. Appreciate you, homie. You're the man. Thank you. You got the homie Right Yard Gaming in the building with that $2 super chat. Says Bald Beanie Gang is not the Bald Beanie Gang. It's just the Beanie Gang. Okay. You can't just add random shit in front of the word to make it something new when that's not what it is. All right. You know, Farrell has hair. You know, I have hair. There's no baldness here. Now, maybe listen, okay. You know what? You want to do this? We're, what is it? Sympathizing? No. We're with our peoples? No, not with our peoples because we have hair.
I mean, you can go like large
people you need to. You know
large forehead beanie gang.
Why does it gotta be large forehead? That's it. Why are you giving them more options? Why? God damn it. God, why? No, that's it. Next, Dark Angelic in the building, my dude, with that $2 super chat, man. Appreciate you, fam. Says Sony going down in history. Bro, that's beautiful. That's fucking hilarious. I can't I can't with them, yo. It's crazy how they spent all that energy to make a new fucking console and put this proprietary tech that's theirs, and then they immediately give up as soon as they finish, saying, "Nah, that ain't work. that didn't work."
My biggest,
it's crazy.
let's say my biggest question when it comes to that is this FSR going to be available on the PS5, the base PS5? Because if it is, what's the point of the Pro now?
Well, supposedly it's pretty intensive to use. So even the FSR 4 that they're talking about, like Digital Foundry already has like doubts a little bit. Like, I mean, we'll see. We'll see how that works. So, I mean, all that means for them, for PlayStation, is that if it's even heavier than the PiSSR, and when we say heavy, for those who may not know, whoever might come across this, that just means that it requires a lot of like GPU, CPU power, right, to make it run, which is the same problem with PiSSR, right? The PiSSR is heavy as well, which means that they have to, instead of being at 1080p and upscaling to 1440 or 4K, or being at 1440p and upscaling to 4K, these motherfuckers drop that shit down to like 800p to get to these numbers, right? Because they have to have, it has to be pushing low pixel amount for AI to do the rest. The problem is with AI upscaling, the lower the sample, the worse the final image looks, and that's why there's been so many problems with the PiSSR. But this is the path they chose, yo. The path they chose is beautiful. The homie 108 Dragons, my boy, man, back with another $5 super chat, man. Appreciate you, fam. Says Sony would be better off hooking a Rose up to the PS5 than using PiSSR for the Pro. Rent-A-Center fools hold that L, ponies. Oh shit, goddamn, Rent-A-Center. Rent-A-Center fools, yo. That's wild. It's true though. It's true, right?
Man,
like, let's be clear.
It's
like,
crazy.
it's real true.
Your console's better off as a Rose charger.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
There's really nothing. I don't see what's the point of this console at this point. None of this stuff is even theirs, yo. Like, it's just, but they might, it's funny because people are talking about, Xbox is about to go be like a PC. Word? Xbox? So PlayStation taking FSR 4 right off of it, and just putting it right into their Pro, giving up on their proprietary tech, using the PC tech that they have. Interesting. That don't mean nothing.
I think Xbox becoming more PC like is actually kind of exciting, because I mean, I'm imagining the next Xbox being basically a reference hardware, and then maybe there'll be some special editions where Asus makes a Asus edition Xbox or something like that, and maybe that's a little bit more modular, and you can upgrade your graphics and your storage in there pretty easily. And I would like that a lot. I'd be down for it.
I mean, honestly, I think that's the best scenario for us gamers, is to have options, right? Like, for instance, I have a PC and I'll always have a PC if it's going to be the best way to play games, right? Like, I not that I'm choosing to play it often. Actually, I've kind of haven't really played on it in a while. I've been mostly choosing the Xbox, but this is the thing. I feel like the Xbox has ramped up, right? When you look at games like Hellblade and all these games, like Avowed really kind of sealed it for me. It was like, man, like, this is amazing, right? Like, I feel a need to go to the PC to kind of get a superior version of it, right? So, but if Xbox can be in a position where they make like a baseline Xbox, right, that's like for quote unquote the masses, right? Like, it's the one that is giving the most, power for dollar ratio, right? But people like me can say, hold up, Asus is making a 5090 version of the Xbox or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
If there's for somebody like me who might want to go and spend more on a quote unquote better version of it, why the fuck not? You know what I'm saying? Like that's awesome. You know what I'm saying? Like that's fucking choice. So I mean, listen, it's a beautiful thing, but
and then
goddamn, these ponies are out here with their bullshit. Oop, where the fuck happened? Whoa. Things are getting clicked like wildness. Here we go. We're back. Our boy Brett Bingham in the building. My dude. Thank you, my brother, for being here, man. Thank you for that $5 super chat. It says theory. PlayStation is switching. I'm about to say swipping. That was some crazy shit. PlayStation is switching to PiSSR 4 to make their games easier to develop for multiple platforms.
That would make sense.
So this is the thing, Brett. Goddamn, you know what? I think you fucking nailed it, because guess what? When they first set out to make the PiSSR, this was multi-platform conversations, right? Like when they said, all right, we're gonna make this goddamn PiSSR, nobody was talking about, games need to go here, games need to go there to be successful. That wasn't a thing. Now it's a thing. Now Hiroki's like, bitch, you better put some shit in there that we can just scale easily and put it somewhere else. We can't put the PiSSR on a PC game. No. Okay. I think that makes sense. Make it so that they could just make a version of the game that's easily just move it right over without doing extra. Because we know from the reviews and from what people say that typically PlayStation's PC game is fucked. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't come out with like these amazing versions of their PC games where people are like, oh my God, this is so great, right? So yeah, I can see that. I can see that for sure.
Too,
yeah. The homie 108 Dragons TV, my boy. Thank you, brother, for being here. Thank you for that $2 super chat. Says ponies use the PiSSR to watch Triple X movies. Yo, that's literally the purpose of it.
Like the Vin Diesel and the Ice Cube Triple X movies.
I don't think that's the Triple X. Yo, something tells me that that's not what he's talking about. He's talking about that hub. You know what I'm saying? He's talking about the hub life. Hub life. Fucking Vin Diesel. Oh my God. Jesus. But yeah, I agree, man. We know this is true, bro. Like we know this is factual, right? So it is what it is. Fark, you in the building. Thank you, bro, for being here. Thank you for being a member for 10 months, bro. Appreciate you, fam. Says CMoney, I gave your thumbnail a little upgrade, by the way. I saw it. This is pretty funny. Let me see if I can share over. Hold on. Can it be there? Or can I do that? Or okay. Yeah. Here it is. Let's see. See if I do it. Did I do it? I did. See that right there? He changed it to me. That's fucked up. If you didn't see the original thumbnail, it's God of War. It's Kratos who's there. And, he's sad because his PiSSR don't work no more. And he can't get his PiSSR up. So it's a sad day. But now I've been put there, and that is not nice for you. Okay, it's not nice, but I'm a good sport, and I showed it anyway.
So they're saying they said, "Hey, Aloy, get it up for me," but she's too boring.
Oh my God, yo, did you see that AI? That AI fucking video of Sony's new tech that they're working on, that they can talk to Aloy.
Oh no, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, like
who wants to talk to her,
asking her questions. Like she's just standing there, and she sounds even more boring than normal, right? And she's talking to her, and like, how does it feel to be like a clone? And she's like giving answers, and he's like, because you guys are clones, you guys like the same things, and she's like, no, not necessarily, based off your experience. So it's like AI, okay? It's like talking to this bitch. But then he says, take me to Horizon. So like she starts the game and then you can play. But see, I think that's where the disconnect comes in, because then she's still talking, but she's not the character in the game. You know what I'm saying? Like a overview AI instead of the Aloy that you see running.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was interesting, but interesting in the sense of what they're doing. Horrible in the sense like, oh my gosh, she's so, no matter what play, like they need to let this chick go. They need to let her go, bro.
Stab
Aloy is
her.
not the one. She's not
Sony,
the
I
one.
just
Shake
I
her
don't,
out.
Facts, yo. She's not the one. Like, let her go. No one likes her. No one. Ain't
they
nobody.
can't get there.
Nobody
Herman
out there
does.
cosplaying as
Herman's
her.
like, that's my
Yeah.
girl.
I have no faith in Sony's UI, and if they add an AI team, I don't have any faith in them either, and I don't have faith in those two working together well. Like, it's just been nasty over there. Like, the PlayStation 5 is such a disappointment just from like its hub experience. Like, PS4 was like really good, and it's just gotten worse on the PS5. I can't see them implementing AI. I just don't see that going well.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I mean, they don't come about things easy. So, like anything new, anything that it's gonna just move the industry forward, they're not gonna figure it out like till it's like just years in, if that.
Yeah.
Agreed.
They're still trying to figure out how to make a gas game.
Are they? I don't even know if they're. I guess technically, what, Fair Games?
They've canceled how many games trying to do that?
Fair Games, Marathon,
crazy.
and I hope that's it. Yeah, Fair Games, Marathon. I hope that's it. Hope they don't come out with anything else.
Well, no. I mean, they still got the Horizon. The Horizon online.
Horizon
That one's not
MMO.
canceled, right?
Yeah. And you know, I feel like they're gonna learn in a month that Gran Turismo has really been on life support these past few years. Because I think Forza Horizon is going to be so good on their platform that they're not going to care that it's not a quote unquote sim racer, because the quality of the game is going to be so much better, and they're going to get so much more enjoyment out of being able to get cars. Like, it's not so heavily monetized as it is on Gran Turismo. I don't see Gran Turismo surviving Horizon 5. I really don't.
No, I don't think so. I think we're gonna see a big shift in, you know, the conversations that take place over there. I think Forza is gonna be a big mover in that
Did
way.
you not get the memo? Only Xbox games survive on the PlayStation.
I mean, I think we know this by now. I think we do.
That's where it's at.
We have the homie 108
Yo!
and my boy Lemon back.
Thank you so much.
another
Happy
$5 super
birthday.
chat,
His
man.
birthday's right around the corner, he said in the chat.
Ooh.
It's tomorrow. Happy birthday.
Oh shit. Happy birthday,
Yes.
dude. Thank you, my brother. Appreciate you, fam.
Thank
Says
you.
ponies let Sony baby oil them down, then they buy whatever they say.
Turn their backside into a slip and slide.
Oh my god. Wow. I mean, you ain't lying,
They've
bro.
been rubbed.
You ain't
They
lying.
don't even need that. They prefer it without the oil. They without
shit.
the baby oil.
Damn.
They like it rough.
Oh god.
They've been getting
Jesus.
it for a while. They're used to this shit.
I mean, they do. You're not lying, so I get it 100%. Our homie,
Yo,
do you now? The broke boy insider with that $10 super chat, man. I'll update the banner. Thank you, my brother, for being here. Says, you know what's sad? Ponies got themselves a new trailer and release date for Death Stranding 2, and it looked gorgeous. They talked about it one day, and then they went back to discussing about consoles. Well,
isn't that crazy? And Xbox games.
But let's kind of dig in here as to why that took place. Number one, they know Sony don't own that shit.
They're acting like they don't know, though.
Kojima. Well, that's why they stopped talking about it, right? Because they know that it ain't a Sony game.
Yep.
They know Kojima took the IP. He's done. They know that at some point soon-ish, the game will also appear on Xbox and PC. I don't know if it's on PC already, but It'll be on Xbox and maybe even the Switch too.
Mm-hmm.
So that's number one. Okay, that's number one. Number two, as much as it looked pretty, which I will say, as I watched that trailer, there were moments where I was like, "Ooh, oh wow, that's nice looking." Right? Nobody's denying that. The problem is, I will never see any of it if I play that fucking game because I'll be asleep. Fucking 7 minutes into that
I
bitch.
have no freaking interest in it. And yes, I have to say, listen, yes, there were moments that you're like, oh, that looks beautiful. And then there were moments that were quite a letdown because it didn't live up to that same momentum, right? So I have an issue with games that are not consistent. And, before I watched the video, I saw out there them talking about, oh, you guys have Hellblade 2, but we have Death Stranding. Like, do not compare the two. That is just ridiculous to even put in the same sentence. Unless it's just not living up to Hellblade 2, I don't think that should be in the same sentence together. And I went with that mentality. I'm thinking Hellblade 2 when I went to watch that trailer, and I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
Come
I mean,
on,
it's
man.
still
In
not on
what
the
world?
same. It's still not on the
It's
same
not,
level.
yeah, visually, it's
Definitely
not
not.
there.
Definitely not.
No. I mean, it's a nice looking game. You know, the way the acting was and shit like that, it wasn't great for me. It still has like that kind of almost like a jank to it. It's weird. It's hard to kind of explain. That being said, I do feel like it is a pretty looking game. Gorilla did help them, with the engine, and I think maybe that's where they get some of these people might get excited from. But the only reason Gorilla is mentioned, not because they were helping them with the game, but it's Gorilla's engine. That would be like putting Unreal on there, right? That's the only reason that name is there. But yeah, that's why. And they know themselves. They know that they're not like huge, Death Stranding fans as a community, right? Like it's just not. Listen, if they I wish they showed me something that made me say, "Oh shit, if you play this, it's going to keep pulling you out." Cuz their trailers has always been dope, right? Like the first one, that's the reason why I started that shit a few times trying to go ahead and actually fucking beat it. You know what I'm saying? Like I kept trying, I keep getting to the same place. So I mean, for me, it's like I would have to see it be extremely different. You know what I'm saying? Like reviews would have to come in and be like, yo, if you were sick of that old shit, don't worry. There's none of that shit here. It's like all the mail's been delivered,
We
bitch.
changed
Like,
everything.
You better not still be delivering mail, but he still had a backpack on, right? Like, why is he still doing that? I thought he already delivered all the packages. You know what I'm saying?
There's more packages.
And like the shooting looks ass, right? So like every time he had a gun, that shit looked doo-doo. Did it not? It did not look good. Like the shooting was like, oh shit, look at them going in, right? I don't know. It was fine. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't my cup of
I just, but the comparison to Hellblade, and they talk so much crap about Hellblade, and look at them just waiting for their version of it, though. Isn't that cute? Like, it's just crazy how pathetic they are.
Theirs.
It's not.
Like, see, I don't understand.
But even if it were, like, it's not the same.
Well, you're right. It's not at the same visual bar.
Absolutely not.
Like the landscapes are really nice in Death Stranding. When they zoom out and they show you all those, deep landscapes, and it's like, okay, those can be pretty, right? Nice, but it's like that's also not the game, right? Like that's just the landscapes out there. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not the moment to moment you playing and it looks all gorgeous and shit. Like I'm not talking about what's in the mountains. I'm talking about what's in front of your face.
What's
I'm saying?
What's compact in this as you're playing, right? Like what are you around your environment?
Exactly. So, that's why I think they are not talking about it anymore because number one, they know it's not theirs. Number two, most of them don't really like that game.
It's the same crap though. Like they get hyped, they think they got something going on. Just like with Astrobot with the score, they were out there for about 30 minutes talking shit, and then when it won Game of the Year, they took about an hour and a half, and then they moved on to, can I have a game, Phil, please? It's always the same shit.
So you're right, and I have seen them try to talk about this game as if it was going to be game of the year already. Like,
Death Stranding. Oh hell no.
Yeah, they're trying to elevate it up as their nominee.
Sure, nominate all you want.
I just wonder, because the game comes out in June, right? So technically, there's a possibility that the game can end up elsewhere by the end of the year.
Will it still be their nominee?
Would it still be their nominee? You know what I'm saying?
I say nominate Concord. Let's see where that gets us.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know if that's gonna help them.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
But yeah.
New Year hits, they're thinking about CMoney and Doodle. The new
always.
trailer hits, they're thinking about CMoney and Doodle. I think about the gallopers every time I see a dog take a shit. I'm like, damn, there goes their games. Like, you know?
I feel that 100%.
Dog shit.
Pure and simple.
Like Dreamcast guy got a new look.
Yeah. At least it makes sense now. You know what I'm saying? My mind is not startled by it because I know.
No. We've been eased into the situation.
Exactly.
You know?
So our homie Nightmare on Sony Street with that
it is the nightmare, baby.
Appreciate you, fam. Says went to haunt MBG's dream. Too many peepees. It scared me. Oh my god. That's fucked up. Oh my god, that's wild. Thank you, my brother. Appreciate you. It says, do you okay now? The broke boy insider is back with a $5 super chat, man. Appreciate you, homie. Says, I've seen a few dumbass ponies say that Kojima bought the IP only for the first Death Stranding. Second still belongs to PlayStation. Interesting. So that's the way IP works. You know what I'm saying? You own Death Stranding 1. You know what I'm saying? Just put the parentheses around it. One only. Everything else about the IP we don't own. That makes zero sense. But it makes it's pony logic, right? That makes a lot of sense. It is. That makes a lot of sense for them. And of course, our boy, Do UK, now the Broke Boy Insider, making sure he can take up 2 spots on the ticker.
Woo!
Gifting 1 on point for gamer membership, man.
Thank
you, my brother. Appreciate you, fam. Very, very kind of you, homie. Y'all know what to do.
Tell him, baby.
Put the motherfucking welcome to the family emoji in the chat. Welcome our newest member, man. We appreciate each and every one of y'all. And I see that member is RRJR.
Let's go.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate
Welcome.
you, man. Thank you for rocking.
And do you. Okay.
And do you.
Thank you.
All right. Nah, Broke Boy, appreciate you, fam. Thank you so much. Let me fix the banner. You know what I'm saying? I get it. I know what's happening here. So I'll go here. Boom. Boom. Control C. Copy. Bam. 1. Okay. That's done there. And then this here. I never put the Toto. All right. Beautiful. There we go. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you, my man.
Thank you.
All right. Listen. Let me go ahead and say what's up to some of our homies because we've been on a little streak here.
Let's get in.
What's up? I see the homie Becca in the building. What's up, fam?
Becca, what's good, baby?
Paige, what's going on?
Jersey boy, what's up?
Thank you for rocking out, man. Ryu Art Gaming.
Yes.
What's going on,
good, fam?
Player? Bouncy in the building.
Woo!
My dude. Thank you for rocking out. Coach Canuck, what's up, man?
Coach.
That's what's up, player. Amit Kumar, what's up, player? Says, damn, PlayStation can't get their pisser up. That's rough. Rough times, man. Rough times.
Have they ever, though? So
man, absolutely. Mr. Teddy Keys in the building. Thank you, man. Says still sending prayers for your daughter and your family.
Thank you, love.
Thank you,
Appreciate you.
Appreciate you, homie. Very kind.
You. Appreciate
Force
you.
One, what's up, man? Mr. Money in the building.
Yo, what's up?
What's up, player? Thank you for rocking out, man. Paulie Baba in the building.
Paulie, what's up?
What's going on, player? Outward Lyric. What's going on, my dude? Thank you for being here. One Trick Pony, what's going on, fam?
What's
G
up,
maybe
Yo,
in the building. Oh
G
shit! He says
maybe.
that beanie is like the cap on a mustard bottle.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means either, but it's hurtful. It is. That's what it is. The Game Adaption Newscast. What's up, man? Thank you for rocking out with us, man. Thomas Ray in the building. What's going on, my brother? Game Shark. What's going on?
Twinkle, twinkle, baby.
Twinkle, twinkle.
Yes.
Twinkle, twinkle, baby. Abacab in the building. What's up, my dude? Thank you for being here, man. Berg, Bass, Brizzle. What's going on, man? Rodney Barnes. What's up, dog? User for Games. What's going on, man? Appreciate you, homie. Fillmore Pockets in the building. What's up?
Let's go.
Man? Thank you for rocking out, brother. Hold on. Ray Chi. What's up, man? What's that? What do you say?
What's up, Ray?
I Sir Pisser as FSR 3.5 and FSR 4.0 is the final product. Remember, Sony as the best TV upscaling tech. I mean, I don't know how their TV upscaling is, to be honest with you. So I can't confirm nor deny your statement. But I mean, look, they came out and they said that they were going to be working on shit that's not for PlayStation exclusively. And we didn't know what that meant. And now it's clear. And it seems like there's more to it, right? So this is not where it ends, right? So they've been working on FSR 4.0 with AMD. So basically saying, hey, here's our pisser tech. We don't know what to do with it. Can we use your shit? Let's work on a new thing together. And by
can
together,
you figure this bitch out?
Can you just put our name on the tweet?
Please, man.
And you do the work. Thank you. Much appreciated.
You don't care if you throw that shit out. Just do something. Put something else in there. Can it work without the pisser?
Oh my God.
At this point,
Facts.
you know, it's time to move on from it. I just love that right away. I was like, what in the hell? Like, we knew right off the get-go. And it's funny. It's funny how everyone felt a need to defend it.
That's wild. They did. They did. And now they look stupid. PlayStation stay making these dudes look stupid. It's glorious. I love it. Like they literally do it. Like I think honestly, I think PlayStation hates ponies more than we do.
That's possible.
I think at this point, like we can't embarrass the ponies like PlayStation does. You know what I'm saying? Like we do it on such a small scale. You know what I'm saying? But PlayStation does that shit on a global scale.
Like, watch this.
They literally said, like, I want to know how many people watched that video where Mark Cerny said, yeah, and some stupid motherfucker who's a goddamn pony keeps telling people that this is some magical shit. This fucking PlayStation 5 Pro sucks balls. That's literally what they said.
He was like, literally, it ain't shit. It's good. It's all right.
Garbage.
The hardest thing we've ever done. Never wanted to fuck with it again. So we're gonna move on from it. It's not a 4090, guys.
Listen, honestly,
it's okay.
If you have your own people coming out, you say your own the squad you repping. That would be like Phil coming out to us, be like, yo, guys, chill. Like, oh damn. Wow. That's rough. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's cold, right? But he hasn't done that.
Yeah.
Whereas, literally, the person who makes the console for PlayStation came out like, yo, shut the fuck up.
You gotta get us bitch.
Nothing. Delete your channel. Your words mean nothing. You know nothing. Stop it. That's everything that I heard. 100% word for word. Go find it.
Yeah.
It's there.
Seriously, though.
Flopflation.
You're gonna get a suit, man.
Flopflation. God damn. God, look. Woo.
That's wild. Everything he did to patch up the fact that the pisser wasn't shit. And then he has to come out here and pretty much admit that it's not. It's not a big deal. And the developers made him have to do this. They gassed it up. The glazing.
That's wild.
Overboard.
So many victims of flopflation in 2024. From Concord to Until Dawn to PS5 Pro. So many victims of flopflation this year.
That's crazy. The homie Do UK now, the bro boy inside with that $2 super chat, man. Appreciate the homie says. See you Thursday on Boom Show, CMoney. I'm gonna be on. Ooh,
let's
nice.
go.
Okay.
That's what's up.
Let's
I like
go.
to hear it. I like to hear it. Dragons. What? Why did I not realize that this was 108 Dragon? Like I clicked it. It's like my mind, I didn't see the picture. I didn't see the 108. I just went straight to Dragon in the middle.
Yeah.
I don't know why I did that. Oh, homie, 108 Dragon, my boy.
Thank you, love.
Thank you for being here, man. With that $5 super chat, man. Appreciate you, homie. Says Pisser needs to use Sparks to get it up. She not happy. Damn. Wow, he back with another $2 super chat. Pisser got jail time like R. Kelly. You can't just be pissing on shit, yo. You can't. You need to watch what
it
you're
was in
pissing
the
on.
name. They told you. They told you what it was.
Oh my God. Like, although, like, you got to start thinking about life real quick. Like, if you're a parent and you gave your underage child
A pisser?
a PlayStation 5 Pro, come on, you gave it a pisser?
Mm-hmm.
Is that okay? That's not okay. You know what I'm saying? Lock up the parent. That's what I said.
Yeah.
Lock them up. That's fucked up, yo. Oh boy, JD Gamer.
Yo,
in the motherfucking building, man. Thank you, my brother, for being here. Thank you for that $5 super chat. Man. Appreciate you, fam.
Thank you
Good
for
to
rocking
see you, homie. Good to see you. Says, you thought I would stop? I'm gonna console platform war forever. Xbox hardware or not. By the way, pathetic poor bacon pony still got no games.
Tell him.
You gotta feel vindicated though, JD. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how long you've been doing it, but it feels like years.
Yeah.
Been saying the pathetic poor bacon pony still got no games.
Yep.
And I don't know if you just spoke it into existence or if that's the real that just like you just called it from a mile. I don't know what happened, but 100%, they still got no games, dog. Like, no matter how you cut it, this fucking Kojima shit, it's not. That would be like us talking about OD. Like, oh shit, OD. It's the first party game. Come on, man.
Embarrassing.
Come on, man.
Embarrassing.
Your dude that you're repping is making games for other people too, man. It's not the same shit. Come on, man.
And
it's not a first party.
The real question is, will PlayStation ever have games at this point? They're so far behind.
I have the answer, but the developers don't want to hear it.
So many studios are getting their games canceled. It's like, will you ever have games anymore?
Doodle, what's the answer?
They ain't getting shit.
They ain't getting shit. That's the answer.
Keep begging. Stay down there. Stay on your knees, bitch. Keep on begging. Keep on begging, Phil, and see if maybe, someday they'll throw in Starfield. Who knows, right? You're on hold. One day you might call out, but the number you have dialed has been disconnected.
Oh shit!
They may not answer your call, bitch.
Damn.
I'm just saying. You don't sit at the table.
That's a hard truth. That's a hard truth. The homie 108 Drag is back with another $2 super chat, man.
You.
Appreciate you, man. Says Pisser is the uncle you don't leave the kids with. Oh.
Oh.
Yo.
Yeah, take a drink to that one.
Fuck it. Yo, for real. I mean, I'll take a sip.
Ooh. Damn.
Gotta take a sip for that one. Yeah, that's real rough. That's real.
He said, wait, hold on. He said, take that.
Take that.
Oh my God.
That's hilarious, yo. That's hilarious. Oh my God. All right. Let me get back to it. I got the homie Dr. Vok in the building. What's up, man?
Doctor in the house, guys. You're safe.
Player? We need kills in the buildings. What's up, man? Oh my God. Damn. They told the ponies that the pisser was hard, and the ponies still swallowed it down. Oh shit.
Oh
wow.
Holy shit.
Wow.
What? All right. I'm gonna take a sip real quick. Holy crap.
Holy shit. Well, God.
They were like, it'll fit.
Facts. That's a problem. The great B Rich, what's up, man? Thank you for being here, man. Be nice in the building.
Let's go. What's good?
Thank you.
What's good? Be nice.
Appreciate you, man.
How you doing?
Get money 883. What's up, man? says PlayStation has no games.
Mm-mm.
PlayStation 5 Pro was a scam.
It was
Xbox is better.
absolutely
I mean, these are just facts.
100%, 100%.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just what it is. You know, you gotta just accept, right? Like acceptance is the
There's nothing better
first
than knowing
place.
your place in life. I say it all the time, right? So, like, if they know where they stand, but they want to act like they have no clue and shit is fine and dandy, and that's why they're out here looking stupid. Same thing with PlayStation. They thought they can make a freaking pisser. And look at that mess. Come on, man. Know your place. You can't even put a game together.
Facts.
Reality will slap you up real quick.
Agreed, 100%.
Fillmore Pockets in the
The
building.
homie
What's
Fillmore
good?
Pockets, my dude. Thank you, my brother, for being
What's
here.
up,
Says
love?
Hideki Nishino got promoted to the sole CEO of SIE because he was able to finesse gamers out of $800 with throwaway tech. Now he's loan sharking them with rental console.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
true, yo. It's
Rent
true.
a console. That's wild. These calibers they can rent a console. That's crazy.
Absolutely, yo.
But they
Absolutely.
don't care about that. They won't even rent games, right?
That's true.
They
Fuzzy
like to
Tomato,
buy.
what's up, man? Thank you for being here. Says the
Yo,
console
Fuzzy.
warring will be hilarious if you could put a 5090 in an Xbox. Oh my god, can you imagine? That would be crazy, bro.
It would end all debates.
It
Mhm.
really would. I mean, the conversation would just delete itself at that point. Fucking A. Dark Angelic, the homie, man,
Yo.
says you will own nothing and you will be happy. PlayStation 2025. Holy shit. It's the truth. This is the way they're going, man. It's wild, but it's so crazy. But we're seeing it all like play out in front of us, right? Like you're literally seeing, like, we talked all this shit about the Pro, and it's like, well, you know, the pisser is actually bad, so we're gonna go ahead and replace it. We're gonna get something newer in there that we didn't make, but you know, it's gonna work, right? Like you could already see them, right? Everything is going backwards,
Mhm.
right? They're literally like backpedaling from the generation. Anything they invested in, they're like, I'm good. Every game they invested in, I'm good. Cancel that shit.
Cancel it. We're gonna cut
cancel.
our losses.
Pisser, hey, are you gonna make another pisser? Nah, cancel that shit. We gonna just use
We're
FSR4.
done. Scratch
All right?
these.
We're
We know what we're
canceling
doing.
everything we did. We're gonna make this shit as basic as possible. Oh, that's great. That's great. Meet the cheater in the building. What's up, man? I see you, player.
But you know what? It's Xbox is not making another console. It's Xbox. It's dead.
Yeah. Xbox
Not
is the one on its
PlayStation
way
and
out,
their
right,
bullshit.
guys?
Yeah.
It's a problem. It's a problem. Let me see over here. Who I got? I got the homie, motherfucker JD Gamer back.
JD,
With
what's
$5 for your
good?
chat, man. Appreciate you, homie.
Thank
Says,
you, love.
Panel, answer this question.
Yes.
How many first-party bangers were released on the PlayStation 5? I'm sorry, PlayStation 4 per year? Then altogether, was the banger train perception or reality? No, they had like 4 games, right?
Yeah, and a short window.
Yeah. So it made it feel like there was a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, God of War. You had Horizon. You had Last of Us 2. Ghost of Tsushima. And Days Gone. Right?
It felt stacked.
That's 5 games.
Yeah.
That's 5 games for how long was the PlayStation 4 generation?
Started in like
2013 to 2020. So 7 years, 5 games that they were hyped for.
That they were
Days Gone is
excited
dead,
about.
obviously. So
like
one already
Spider-Man in there.
Days Gone is gone.
Oh,
yes.
Spider-Man. 6 games. 6 games.
But they all came
So
out in a
6
short
games.
window, like basically between like what? 20...
Well, yeah, because like Spider-Man and like God of War, I think it was, came out in the same year.
Yeah.
Like they would double up and shit. So yes. So 6 games, 1's dead, gone with the win, which is Days Gone. So
they're
5
not
games
making
less.
The Last of Us 3. So
Last of Us,
dead.
Last of Us is dead.
Mhm.
Okay, boom, done. So now you're down to 4.
Yep.
PlayStation already made Spider-Man 2.
God of War, they were making a multiplayer that got canceled, right?
Yep, that got canceled.
So there's that.
Horizon, I don't think you're gonna see a Horizon 3 anytime soon.
They got Lego.
They got
Enjoy
Lego
that bitch.
Hole. They got the online one that they're still trying to push and pretend that's gonna survive and shit. And then so basically, Ghost is the only thing with a new game in the works.
Mm-hmm.
And do you guys think we're getting a Spider-Man 3 after Spider-Man 2 barely made a profit? If it made a profit at all.
Remember that layout when they were going to break it up into 3 parts?
Yeah, and then all that got canceled. So like all the DLC and all that got canceled. So it's like we haven't heard anything about the Venom game. I mean, that would have a quick turnaround time if they were doing a Venom, because it would take place in New York. They use the exact same map. So
well, they're working on Wolverine.
Yeah.
Supposedly. Yeah.
Supposedly. I don't know. It's not looking good.
You're saying that's working. Like, have you seen the videos?
Yeah, I'm really
working on Wolverine.
I'm really worried about Insomniac since that leak. It seems like every project they had got canceled or shelved in some way, shape, or form. So it's not really looking good for them since that leak.
So I would say, to answer the question, JD, I don't think it was real, this idea of first party bangers. They each came out with one game that did pretty good, and 2 of them are gone. One of them was a sequel, and then the other one was gone. So
what's worse, though? What's worse, going ahead and putting a game together that's less than, or just not showing up at all?
Probably not showing up at all. It's better to have a shittier game. I would assume for them, they barely have games, right? So they want to play something. And it's not like
I'm sorry. I mean, as a studio.
What about it?
Putting out a game that's just like, what happened to you? This is what it's come down to.
They have quite a few studios who have released those type of games, like Media Molecule.
I mean, dude, nobody even remembers those people.
Yeah, exactly.
If you found out that they've been shut down for 6 years, you wouldn't even bat an eye.
I'm surprised they're still employed at this point. They must be doing a lot of support work, because I
have to be. There's nothing that they could be making. They have no talent, and I'm sorry, I don't mean obviously they know how to make a game. I mean, they have no ability to make a good game. I don't mean like a good game. I'm saying like
a game that people want to even buy.
Keep going. You'll get there.
That people actually like, an exciting game. You know what I'm saying?
They're not relevant now when it comes to making games. There you go.
They should be helping PlayStation make games, like use their tech. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe make a game in Dreams. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because their last game was, hey, you make a game.
Exactly. Say, hey, we made a game about you making a game. You know what I'm saying? It's literally just an engine that they made, and that some people made some pretty amazing looking stuff in.
Yeah.
I just would imagine that it's a lot harder than just loading up Unreal Engine 5 and just bloop, 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 bloop. Sunlight, fog, trees. Woo! You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it's really not necessary to be living in a life with in the Dreams engine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I think if Sony had gotten their head out their ass sooner and actually allowed that game on PC, it may have actually done something, because I think they, those people.
Well, the problem with games like that is like Roblox is the same shit. You can make all these things, anything you want. You can make them as amazing as your heart desires. Okay, it's in there. They've made like Call of Duty in there pretty much.
Yep.
And it looks graphically legit. Everything looks good. So they could do whatever they want. And then there's millions of people there to play it. See, in Dreams, whether you put it on PC or you could put it on every console in the world. Nobody wanted to play it.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't matter what people will create there. I'm not going to buy that shit to try a creation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it would just have to be free to play, right? It would have to be a free to play game.
And hope that people show up.
That's what it would have to be, right? That could have been their Roblox or their, Minecraft, if they just put it everywhere and said, here you go, guys, free to play. Worlds are being made by people.
Yeah.
I have to imagine that like there's cross breeding between people who like make shit for Roblox and make shit for Fortnite, right? Like they make
sure.
something for Roblox and then they kind of do something similar on Fortnite, right? So if you create another place for people like them to just put their shit and possibly make money, they would do it, right? But it's not happening. Same thing with like Minecraft, right? All these people who do all this crazy shit in there. It's just it was a
missed opportunity. But our boy Michael Yu in the building.
Michael,
what's up, love?
What's up, fam?
He's here with the numbers. He says 4 people playing Lego Ho on Steam right now. That's 4 more than I thought. So good on
that's
them.
4 more than a playing Concord.
Oh shit! Truth.
Oh, R.I.P. Concord.
R.I.P. Dark Angelic, man. Thank you, my brother, for being here, man. Thank you for being a member for 15 motherfucking months.
Woo!
Queen Witch says,
"Oh,
there's my girl.
My girl. What's up?"
And then me. Yeah, Xbox winning so much she doesn't rent anymore. Well, I mean, listen. I feel like as much as ponies are, still there, they no longer like their shit is so delusional. You know what I'm saying? That, and we can see what's coming so clearly. It's pathetic. You know what I'm saying?
It really is.
And like, I don't know, like, obviously they're still gonna get slapped up at any moment in time, but it's just, it's not fabricated. It has to be real. And none of these ponies have anything to say anymore of value. You know what I'm saying? Like, they literally, like, if you look at their Twitters, if you look at all, like, it's such a sad group of people. You know what I'm saying? Like, a sad group of people. They don't have any games to entertain themselves with from their platform of choice. Obviously, there's plenty of third-party games in the world, right? But
they've humiliated themselves begging for our games, and then they want to act like they have a W somewhere. It's so ridiculous.
They look at games like Death Stranding and the ones that are still clinging on, you know what I'm saying, that they're trying so desperate to like stay relevant in the conversation, still think that like Death Stranding is like their game, and that like people would be emotionally upset to see a trailer of a game that PlayStation didn't make. You know what I'm saying? Like, the whole point is not who could bring what games to which store. It's which platform holder made the best games. That has always been the war. And we always knew that Xbox made the better games, but the
best and the baddest,
baby.
That's where we're at.
Ahead and chose PlayStation, so they threw them celebrations.
At this point,
anytime they released a stupid fucking game,
exposed themselves. And listen, that's what we wanted, right? We wanted to get to a point where it's clear as day to see what's taking place.
But it's about to get spooky for them, though. Because
super spooky.
I said it's about to get spooky for them, because everybody that follows them that's invested in this console war thing, they're starting to buy these Xbox games
and love
them. And they're gonna say, why didn't I just get an Xbox? At some point, you're gonna think that you get 7 Xbox games deep in a year. Like, if you're hardcore gamer, you get 6-7 games deep. You're like, why don't I have an Xbox? Like, I would have had a full year Game Pass for what I just bought. Paid these 7 games. Paid for these 7 games. So
that's the question, right? How stupid are they, right? like financially, right? If you are fiscally responsible, like if you're financially responsible and you sit there and you look at your dollars and you say to yourself, yo, I literally bought 7 Xbox games this year.
Yeah. And I
like,
thought,
I literally spent almost $500. Like, I could have either just been having Ultimate and I didn't have to buy the box. I could have just been playing on my PC or on my TV or on my phone or some other way to get access to these games. And fun fact, on the PC, you could use your PlayStation 5 controllers. So the idea of that doesn't even kind of work. So, like, why would you not just say, okay, if they are going to be bringing this many games over here, and I'm going to be wanting to play these games, at what point do I look at how much I spent and say, all right, I gotta do something different. This is just stupid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But maybe they just love the trophies so much. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to let go of their trophies.
Must be.
Might be. Got the homie Right Yard.
Right, you are. What's good, baby?
Thank you, my brother, for being here, man. Thank you for that $5 super chat. Says, tell us how you really feel, Doodle. PiSSR lasted longer than Concord. CMoney more late than first party games on PlayStation. Damn it. Xbox X game of the year. Oh, sorry, X. It's game of the year for ponies.
Damn.
Yes.
Damn.
That is all true.
Those are bars.
They are. It's the truth. It's the truth. And as much as it saddens them, like I
would argue that nothing is later than PlayStation first party games.
Facts.
Those motherfuckers are not showing up.
Facts. So I gotta tell you though, we were very, very busy this weekend.
Yes.
Right? Like super duper busy. Stuff with the company. I was doing like some new stuff that kind of took us away. So
busy.
Like I wasn't on Twitter.
No.
I wasn't on anything until like super late. And even then I was kind of really not paying attention too much. Right. And it's like, oh wow. That feels nice. Not seeing the losers. You know what I'm saying? Constantly talking shit for no reason. Like
I have to agree.
You can't make it up, dude. Like you can't make it up. You know what I'm saying? That's like if you drove by a dude with a homeless sign, hoping that you give him $1, and he starts heckling you about your ride. You know what I'm saying? He's like, yo, your car sucks ass, yo.
That bitch, give my $1 back.
Like, what the fuck are you? You don't even got a fucking house. You don't even live somewhere. And you're critiquing our shit. What's wrong with you?
Oh my gosh.
Dude, like they begging for our games, right? And we're giving it to them because at this point it just makes sense to take their money, right? Like they could have bought an Xbox or played these games on PC so long ago, right? Like fucking literally, what was it, 2018 that Horizon came out?
Yeah.
Is that
no?
When
did Breath of the Wild come out?
I'm thinking about the other one. 2021, right? Horizon came out, right? Almost 4 years ago. They could have played that game, but they didn't. They said, fuck that. I'm not doing it. And instead, 4 years later, they are lining up all over the world to play that game like it's a brand new fucking game.
$100, baby, for the premium.
Make it make sense, bro. Make it make sense.
That's the thing. It's so ridiculous at this point. It's like, man, we're just dealing with a whole other level of freaking brainless bitches.
Yeah, because that same edition is like $50 on Xbox right now.
Facts. That's true. You know what's funny? This is going to be the first time in a long time, right? That they are not going to. I mean, at least you would assume that they're not going to cancel the license, right? Like they're going to re-up the license now that they just put the game on PlayStation. So, like this game's getting a whole new lease on life, man.
I would assume that Horizon 5 is going to be at least around another 2 more years before 6 comes out. Just because they're going to have that. They're going to be able to chase a really high number now that it's on PS5. They're like, what, 45 now? They can get to like
the
60,
question.
70.
The only reason that would make sense is if they're planning to go day and date on PlayStation. But if they're not planning to go day and date on PlayStation,
then
with Forza, then it makes more sense to capitalize on the hype of Forza 5 on PlayStation
for them to want to go ahead and have that new one,
Horizon 6 next year.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what I think.
Give them a little taste, right? And see if they can pass up and wait another 4 years to go ahead and get the next game, right?
And just give Xbox people, the opportunity to be hyped again for Horizon. Not that you can't just go play it and have fun. It's a fun as fucking game, but it's like a lot of us already have hundreds of hours in that shit. And it's like, okay, we're ready for the next one. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Then you got the homie JD.
JD, what's up,
man. My
baby?
dude, thank you, my brother, for being here, man. Thank you for that $5 super chat.
Thank you.
Says panel ponder this.
Yes.
What if Xbox uses next gen as a reset, then makes a bunch of their games exclusive while having hybrid hardware that plays PlayStation games? So I feel like the exclusive is going to be the next gen version of the games. I don't know. I mean, let me add to that question. I'm going to answer it, and then I'll add to his question and have you guys answer it. Do we think that Xbox will even make a next gen exclusive game? You know what I'm saying? So, meaning, are they going to say we're not going to release on the series consoles?
I think there will be some.
I don't think so. I don't think so,
but it won't be a lot.
I mean, it's a hard question, right? Because it's like number wise, it just wouldn't make sense to not release the games on this generation, right? On series generation.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be having a lot of people who don't have the console. That being said, you know, I feel like they're just getting into this venture of PlayStation and Switch, you know, games going over there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I don't know. It's hard for me to see them, as much as, you know, our previous lives would suggest that, you know, we should be getting these next gen only games at some point. I don't know when that point comes, right? Like, I think the closest we're gonna get to like next gen only is them dropping Xbox One and PlayStation 4.
Oh yeah, for sure, yeah.
And yeah,
for the games, right? But I don't know if we're gonna get, you know, chat, get into it too. You know, let us know if you think that will be the case. But also remember what JD said here. You know, it's a hybrid console. We almost already, I mean, it's pretty much guaranteed at this point, right?
Yeah.
Like, I think it's been confirmed in a lot of different ways that they are doing some type of PC hybrid, right? Like, as much as, you know, we talk about the Tom Warrens of the world and the Jess Cordons of the world and all these people who, quote unquote, were insiders and leaking shit and doing all this shit. I mean, it's happened, right? Like, the stuff that they were talking about has essentially come to fruition in one way, shape, or form, right? And the fact is, you know, the conversation is being had at their level, right? With their kind of insider, you know, or inside knowledge of things or thoughts on things, where it's pretty much almost guaranteed that the Xbox PC thing is real, right? Like, that's essentially what's going to happen, which means by definition, the next Xbox will play any game that PlayStation releases on PC, right?
Yeah.
So they essentially, if you're buying, you know, the box to rule them all going forward, you know, obviously the PC version is going to be the best version to play, right? So, you know, Xbox is definitely going to be in that position. So I think that's going to be huge for them. Number one, to make it just like an all-around attractive purchase where most people are moving to PC, or at least the idea of PC.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Xbox knows exactly where things are going, and instead of trying to force PC players, you gotta understand.
Yeah,
we think that you gotta see Xbox's play, bro. This is a all-around play. This is not a PlayStation. We only look at the PlayStation side of it because that's where the whole war back and forth was, right? Like the whole talking shit back and forth. So that's what we focus on. But they're going after everybody, right? So they're saying, why try to make PlayStation people come here when we can go ahead and, you know, put our game over there, because they're not coming. Same thing with Nintendo Switch. But on PC, right? They're not saying, they obviously the games are always over there, right? But it's almost like the inverse. Like maybe we can get some of these PC people to say, yeah, I'll go. Like maybe not those PC people, but like people who are looking to get into the PC space, right? I think we see a lot of growth there where people are trying to, buy PCs, right? They want to leave the console space behind, but a lot of them might still be doing that with trepidation, right? Like
we've even heard in our chat people that want to go ahead and play on PC but are a little intimidated by it.
Facts.
So they need to make that a bit more seamless. And I always go back to Phil saying that they want to make the box where instead of having to switch up the box, you can kind of just upscale it like a computer, right? And you can go ahead like a PC, and you can go ahead and kind of change things in there that it's like a nice and smooth way to do. So this was a while ago he said this, and it's just it all kind of goes hand in hand, in which like they've been looking into how to go ahead and kind of make it all gel together, because most of the money goes into making those new consoles, and for us also just buying that new console, it will cut a lot of costs for everyone if they were to go ahead and figure that out. So
facts I think that's huge. And I think even for like game developers and shit, like there's no more, oh, I need to do this. Like, I mean, and again, obviously we're going to talk about it, so I don't want to go too deep into it because we're actually going to go talking about it a little more because, there were some things that were essentially confirmed. But yeah, I mean, as far as JD's particular question is about using it as a reset and making a bunch of the games exclusive. I don't know if they would do the exclusive. That's the only thing. That's where I don't know. I don't know if they would just see it the same. I still think that we're going to end up, I would assume, with a lot of games that are timed exclusive. You know what I'm saying? Like it dropped on next gen, and then maybe it trickles down to the other systems at a later date. Maybe that's the way they play it.
Yeah.
Where it's like, hey, look at this next gen game, came out next gen only, and then you see other versions of it. Or you just see this super high quality game that looks crazy, and then it's just brought down to the other systems. I mean, I don't know how that will work. Do you guys think that's feasible? Do you think that they would do that? Do you think that Xbox would go ahead and reset and basically just focus on keeping some of their games on Xbox for this next gen?
I don't think so, because I feel like Xbox is using their power and their games to kind of force PlayStation into becoming a storefront. PlayStation has had a lot of bad luck lately. They've had a loss of leadership at every level, whether it be at the CEO type level or in their game development, where people are acquiring third-party deals, or people have an eye for what they're doing with their first party. They've lost everybody, and they are in complete disarray right now. And I think Xbox is going to take advantage of that. And I think that they are going to force Sony into being like Steam, and where they'll release maybe 3 or 4 games a generation, but mainly they'll be a store. And in that world, the PlayStation Store app might be on the next Xbox. That could very well happen before you know it. Because
that would be real wild, actually.
I think I'll save what I'm gonna say for a little bit later when we start going into this handheld stuff and kind of what they're doing.
All right,
but yeah, I can see a lot of different things happening.
All right. I mean, look, obviously we'll talk a little bit more about it later, but as far as this particular thing, what do you think, baby? Do you think that makes sense to you?
Listen, the way that they're moving right now, I don't see them. I think they're going to put on the table what they need to put on the table to go ahead and suit their narrative. When it comes to the boxes, our own boxes, yes, they want to go ahead and have. I don't think they're going to necessarily leave generations behind, like you said. Maybe Xbox One But they do take a lot of pride on the fact that you're not wasting your money, right? And that everything is inclusive. So I think that it's kind of out of character if they were to take a route like that. So I don't see that taking place. With especially with the console right now going into the next console, the X, there are also things in there that have been questioned. Why is this in there if it's not being used? I think this is all going to jump into place when the next console comes in.
Oh, so you're saying
Yes.
that the Series X is gonna start performing, being able to play better versions of those games because they're going to be utilizing more of the actual like kind of
Box.
dormant tech
Yeah.
that's
Yes,
been
absolutely,
in there,
absolutely.
especially
I
with that
think
machine learning. I mean, it's in there.
yeah, it's
Right?
in there.
It
It's
is
not
in
being
there.
used, and I think that that's kind of like, they're taking future steps. They were taking future steps, and now they're getting. Sarah Bond came out here very confident saying how they're working on the best tech, right? And the biggest technological leap. And I do think that that's when it's all going to kind of gel together. So I think the X is future proof, right? For what the next tech is going to bring so that it can all kind of just gel together and move forward. I don't think they're going to leave anything behind. I also wouldn't think that they would be okay putting games on other platforms and kind of leaving behind their own. It's not part of their identity. I mean, not at least that's not how I see them. So I highly doubt it. That's
That
just
makes
my
sense.
opinion. And when it comes to the games and exclusivity, Farah was talking about putting games on other platforms, and I think that with the amount of studios that they have and the amount of IP, I think there's enough to have exclusivity and also put a lot of content on other platforms. I think that's what we're seeing, and that's why it seems like a lot. To a lot of people, and I think maybe that's why some people are going into panic mode. They hear kind of like the list, and they're not realizing the list that it's not going on that platform or hasn't been announced for those other platforms yet. So when you really look at what we have and what is going, it's partial.
I
It's
mean,
very partial.
I mean, as much as like again, like I said, I mean,
And
frankly,
again, it doesn't
I
really
don't
matter
care.
though.
Yeah, like frankly, I don't care what goes or what doesn't. To that end, I mean, they've been pretty. I would say most people could agree that Xbox has been out here pretty much putting it down. Like, you know, anything can go.
Yeah.
Right? But
Nothing
they're
is
not
off the
saying,
table, right?
but
There
they're
are no
not
red lines.
saying everything will go.
Nope.
Right.
No.
So let's understand the distinction there. Again, I don't care what goes or what doesn't. It doesn't matter to me. Whatever they feel they want to do, don't give a shit. As long as it's coming to Game Pass, I'm a happy man. But if we're just kind of based off of what JD's talking about here and them, resetting and making a bunch of their games, even in his question, he didn't say making all their games exclusive, right? He said making a bunch of their games exclusive. So if we're using his words here and then taking the fact that Xbox, like quite literally, has never said that all of the games are going, actually quite the contrary. Destin asked him if all the games were going, and the answer was no. Right? The answer was no. So I think there may be something to this. Maybe they're going to get more aggressive on the opposite end, where it's like, yeah, we're putting other games over there, but like the shit that we have newer that is focused on our tech is not easily just transferable over to the others. I don't fucking know.
I mean, Matt Booty said obviously our box comes first. So the games are being made for Xbox and then everything else is secondary. And that's the thing. And they can go out there and celebrate the fact that you are an afterthought, and an afterthought that is paying full price, right? We're talking about the premium edition of Forza being $100, a 4-year-old game, right? If you are okay with those stands, kudos to you. Good for you, because that works in my favor. You are feeding into what I need for Xbox to go ahead and scoop up that money. it's freaking genius for them to go out there and listen. You can put a bunch of freaking games, especially with PlayStation not making a damn freaking game and canceling so many, which is essentially resetting those studios. When you're looking at a bunch of developers and they're starving and they're barely getting anything is going to seem like a lot, right? So it seems like the games are just cascading over to them, but we're getting a lot more than that. That's just maybe a third of what we're getting this year, if that. So first party alone. So I'm just saying it's all perspective, but it is genius the fact that they're not, even if people were going ahead and saying, you know what, Game Pass is over on that side, I'm going to go ahead and sell my PlayStation and go get an Xbox. You're talking about 65.5 million people that chose to have that PlayStation. So if those boxes are out there, even if people were going ahead and buying the Xbox instead and getting rid of their PlayStation, you still want to reach those people that are in countries where you don't have your box, right? Where your games are not present. And so you are marketing through PlayStation. It's just the way to go, whether people were moving over because of Game Pass or not.
Agreed. Great chat.
Yes,
JD.
shout out to
Thank
JD
you,
Gamer.
you, dude. We got the
Beautiful
homie Torino Johnson
conversation.
in the building, man. My dude,
Yo,
thank you for being here.
Torino, what's up?
Chat, man. Appreciate you, homie. Says
Thank
that
you,
moment ponies realize they don't get the full game or a physical disc at full price, and it's old. LOL.
Yo, they were out there asking, can we get a physical copy, please?
No.
Like,
you get what you get. That's
good.
it.
We're taking the whole shebang. We ain't cutting no deals with nobody else. All right. Which is smart. I mean, if you think about it, like, it's actually really smart because technically forcing the hand with digital means that they don't lose any money to a store, right? Like they don't lose, they're just losing it through the PlayStation store, right? But
they don't have to go out there and set up the discs. They don't have to make these physical copies, whether they sell or not. They're stuck with them if the copies don't sell. Like there's a lot that goes into. So the investment is a lot less when you're looking at just a digital port, right? Here. Whoever buys it gets it. That's it. We're not spending any extra money.
Facts, 100%. The homie Splendid for us.
Yo, what's good?
Thank you for being here, man.
Thank you.
Super chat. Says, yo, this is just a test. The revolution will be tell. Levised. I'll fill in the other words that the chat won't let you do. Thank you, my brother. I mean,
thank you.
Listen, for us, we're getting so much, man. The games that we're getting, the amount of play we're getting out of them. Yo, I'm still playing Avowed. Still playing Avowed. Still loving that life. Like it's so good. Like I just keep finding more that I didn't find the first time around. And I'm just enjoying it so much, man. It's crazy how good that game is. Real life crazy. Like, yeah, it's insane.
It's pretty insane. And it's funny because Roddy Revenge just said about it was underrated, by the way. I agree 100%. That game is phenomenal. Have you gotten in there a bit more, Faro?
With the birthday, no. I will be. My day's pretty clear tomorrow, so I should be able to get some in tomorrow. But
when was the birthday?
Friday.
How was it, man?
It was cool. We had a little house party, but we made a couple different cakes, and he wanted like a special anime character. So
nice.
Who?
Nagi from Blue Lock. It's a soccer. It's a
soccer game. That's the one that Man always talks about.
Yeah,
it's a soccer anime. Yeah. So nice. he likes that a lot. So
that's dope.
That's dope. That's awesome.
Hatsune Miku is popping in our house right now. That's her name
for the girls.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes, for our girls, for our young ones.
I don't know.
Madman's watching that. He finished that. What is it? Sounds like a
solo leveling. Oh no.
Like you're making a sound. Booba rang, blah 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 blah.
The one about
the
dick stealer.
The dick stealer, yeah.
Yeah, Dandadan.
So I guess the next one started right.
Say it again.
Dandadan.
Yes, that one. Dandadan. There you go.
The new season doesn't start until summer.
So what is he watching?
No,
He just
I
might
said
be
he just finished
rewatching it.
watching
He
that
just
one.
finished it.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
He finished it.
Handheld is really good though.
Yeah, I won't watch it, but that's okay. Dave Reezy in the building, man, with that $5 super chat, man. Appreciate
Yo,
you.
Dave Reezy, what's up, baby?
Cerny sat on the wall. Cerny had a good fall. All of his horses and all of his men couldn't put the pisser back together again. Hashtag Xbox better. Hashtag Xbox butter. Yo.
Oh man.
That was fun. That was good.
The phone was set up by the gallopers. That's wild. They had to come out here and embarrass themselves yet again. E-Ranks in the building. He wants everybody to know that even though it's, he came in at 10:45, he is first. And he took the liberty to go ahead and, award himself with a first place trophy.
Bro.
So if you want to put that on the banner,
maybe he's getting ready for like Friday's show. You know
maybe.
Like, he thinks he's early for that one. You gotta show up every time, bro. This is a massive fail for you, E-Ranks. Massive. So far down. So far down. I don't even know if there's ever been someone so far down the list. It's crazy.
How the mighty have fallen.
Brother. I see Spartan 661 in the building. He says he has 5 days in Avowed.
Woo! Let's go.
Oh, that's fucking fire. That's fire. That's real dope.
120 hours.
Dragon Warrior, what's up, man? Gen X Gamer, I see you, homie. What's up, player? Sappho in the building. What's up, guys? All right. I think. Oh, Space Shot. What's up, man? I see you.
Space Shot. What's good, fam?
Yeah, Bonte in the building. What's up, player?
Yo.
Sorry, this shit is way back, and we got to start the show.
Yes.
Start the show.
Probably should.
Yeah, we definitely start the show. Other Zinc in the building. What's up, my dude? Thank you for being here, bro. Appreciate you. Fatal Socks. I see you, player. All right. James Kofi. What's up, fam? Thank you for rocking. All right. Moonlight Ace. What's going on, homie? Splendiferous, I don't know if he said this before or after that message came out, but he says, I tried to super chat, but they keep on telling me to change my message. What the fuck? Release me. That was funny, yo. Oh my God. Cullen Prime in the building. What's up?
Well, the question is, what were you typing up?
Yo, that's wild. That's wild.
Emotional damage.
Yo, facts.
Does that get these gallopers?
What's up, man? Thank you for rocking with us. Boss Red 77. What's up, man? Slim Reaper. What's going on, player? Thanks for rocking out. All right. If I didn't say your name, I apologize. But shout out to you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for rocking out, you guys.
All right. We got to get this started. Where's my book? He says, I'm not late. E-Rex says, I'm not late. I'm almost 48 hours early.
There you go.
Oh,
see?
Jesus. All right. So let me go. Okay. Wait. Is this the correct? What's happening here? Right. All right. Here
we expect you to replay this show for 48 hours. He ranks since you're early.
Just put it on repeat.
You know
what I'm saying? Okay. Hold on. All right. Sorry.
Oh, okay. See, take your time.
For something else. I was taking some notes for something else.
Okay.
So my book game was messed up. All right. We're gonna start this bitch. All right. This is not the latest that we started, by the way. So this is just normal at this point. Okay. Where am I looking?
Couldn't tell you, see.
Okay, sorry. No, it's over here. Okay, I'm in the right place. Not a topic, but did you guys see that Special Nick has been teasing Ori Part 3?
Have not. I haven't been on social media much.
I know the head of Moon Studios talked about it a little bit. Like it sounded like at one point it was dead, and it seems like it's kind of coming back to life. So it might be getting that.
Yeah, and like that, their No Rest for the Wicked game is independent now. They're not, because they sold off private. 2K sold off private division or whatever.
Okay.
So, and No Rest for the Wicked was being made through them, and I guess they didn't want to be under the new people who bought private division. So they're making their own shit. So it's kind of like they're out in the wild again. Is this time for them to rekindle? I mean, they might be doing this because remember, he was very adamant that the reason he didn't do another job with Microsoft is because he wanted to put his shit everywhere.
Yeah.
So maybe this is the way. I don't know.
I think that's highly possible. Yeah, I could see Microsoft picking up the publishing for, that and doing Ori 3.
I mean, I can see that as well. All right. Almost there. Oh, I have that thing too. If you didn't see it, we could watch that AI shit from Alloy.
Sure. I don't mind being bored out of my mind for 30 seconds.
Let's do this real quick before we jump into the topic. Let's put, baby, did you see that video?
No.
All right, let's do it real quick. This is the tech that supposedly they're working on.
Okay.
So let me do this. Oh, video is unavailable.
Oh, nothing like when they take a video down.
Oh, I guess they didn't want that out in them streets.
Because they saw how trash it looked. They probably saw the reactions to it.
Damn, yeah, it's a leak. So I think that was a video meant for like other people in PlayStation to look at.
Yeah.
And instead of like putting it private, he put it fucking public or some stupid shit like that. I wonder if anybody took a little snippet of it.
It's probably somewhere around Twitter or something like that.
Yeah, I think I just got fucking taken down. That's crazy. All right, well, scratch that idea.
Outward lyrics. What's good? Thanks for rocking out, bro.
All right, here we go. Let me do this. Let me share this. Okay, it's over here. All right, present. I present to you. Okay, here it is. All right. Okay, click this. Bring it in. All right, wait, no, I gotta take my timestamp. Don't try to trick me.
The chapters that you don't write down?
Yeah.
Okay, just checking.
All right. So as you guys know, you've seen it on the thumbnail. You've seen it in the title. It's very clear that PlayStation can't get their pisser up. It's down forever. They are no longer able to pleasure their ponies anymore. There's a lot of ways that is really bad. You know what I'm saying? But listen,
it all means the same.
So looks like they're swapping for tech that actually works. That's the plan. And it was a interview with Digital Foundry, but Tom Warren did a nice little write-up for it. So let's go ahead and use that. Go here. All right. So it says Sony will give the PlayStation 5 Pro crisper graphics by backporting FSR 4. Sony says is working on a re-implementation of AMD's FSR 4 upscaler.
We're not seeing what you're seeing real quick.
What the fuck? You're definitely seeing.
We're just seeing the
yeah.
My bad.
Twitter.
My bad.
Yeah.
Thank you for pointing that out.
You're welcome.
Much appreciated. So Sony says working on a re-implementation of AMD's FSR 4 upscaler that will make PS5 Pro games look crisper. Says to okay, wait, let me first of all. Okay, it's not that long. Okay, cool. All right, so today the $700 PlayStation 5 Pro can already produce crisper, sharper, smoother, and more stable graphics than the PS5 if you sit close enough to appreciate them. Starting in 2026, the company hopes to imbue games with a new AI upscaling formula that'll make them even crisper, based on the AMD FSR 4 technique that's now shipping with AMD's new graphics cards and appears to be competitive against NVIDIA's latest DLSS as well. Our target is to have something very similar to FSR 4's upscaler available on PS5 Pro for 2026 titles as the next evolution of PiSSR. Damn. Just that one sentence right there. As the next evolution. Bitch, the shit came out 4 months ago.
It did.
You know what I'm
They
saying?
did.
Like,
Are you listen?
like 5 months ago? Like, come on, man.
They should be
AMD,
giving
I
people their
wouldn't let that
money
go.
back. That's what should be happening.
It's a scam.
It
It's a scam.
is 100%.
It continues. Many new PS5 Pro games already use an AI upscaler called PiSSR on their AMD-based chips. PiSSR can turn 720p images into 4K ones on the fly. And we've been okay. Well, you're just lying because that shit has looked trash. So we're not even gonna bother that. Here it is. Sony AMD's relationship didn't stop there. It turns out that neural network that underpins AMD's new FSR4 upscaler was part of a collaboration with Sony. Sony now plans to backport some of that work to its flagship PlayStation. And then, I mean, I guess we already know about, just in case you don't know. In December, Sony and AMD announced a multi-year collaboration called Project Amethyst, one that we're now learning actually began back in 2023. Sony tells Digital Foundry that FSR4 was the first fruit of those labors. The neural network and training recipe and FSR4 upscaler are the first results of the Amethyst collaboration, he says, calling it a more advanced approach that can exceed the crispness of PiSSR. Bro, everything can exceed the crispness of PiSSR. The crazy shit is that finding out that they were working on this since 2023 and then knowing that they were at the same time still working on the PiSSR, and they basically were just like, yeah, on our own, we can't figure it out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you saw what Sony did on their own. The fact that Sony is a part of this is, come on, man. Like, come on. They're just trying to get their name out there in some type of positive way that makes it sound like they can help.
Figure something out. Yeah, and contribute. But
you know what I'm saying?
Listen, don't. Real quick, by the way.
Sure.
Mac in the building says $700 beta testers.
Damn. Machine XP says $700 beta boys. Yo, y'all walk.
Yeah.
Yo,
I'm just saying, they ain't lying.
I mean, they ain't lying, yo. They ain't lying. But guys, like, come on. Like, this is fucking. Are you telling me that they literally went ahead and were working on this shit? And it's like, come on, man. This is I don't know. That's wild.
Power Boss, what's good?
So Digital Foundry did like a bunch of tests on this, and they were talking about it. If you want to see more about it, you can. But the funny thing is that he says it here. For now, though, Cerny says it's still encouraging developers to use PiSSR.
Oh my gosh.
As it will take time to re-implement FSR4's upscaling network into the PS5 Pro and its game. So
it's gonna take time. So you might as well just waste your time trying to figure this out. It is pointless.
Let me tell you exactly
Come
what took
on,
place,
man.
Okay. Re-implement, right? Re-implement, right? That means they had something in there that would just be able to work on the next FSR. But they took it out because they were making their own PiSSR. And they said, we got this shit. We got this shit. We're the shit. We can do anything. We're fucking Sony, right? We're the shit. We're the best. So we're going to create this AI shit that's going to be fucking revolutionary. People are gonna love that shit. It's going to be so good. And then, because we knew they were working on it for 4 years, right? That's what they said, right? 4 years?
Yes.
But we now just found out that in 2023, they started working with AMD, right?
Yep.
So what they did was for 2 years, they worked on this shit and they were like, why the fuck can't we do this? We're Sony. We're supposed to know how to do this shit. They couldn't do anything, okay? So what they did is they went back to AMD like, hey guys, would you mind if we just use the FSR4, please? Please? Okay? And just put our name on it, please. This is what happened. They went over there, they admit defeat, they took a knee. What's the name of the AMD lady? Lin Young? I forget her name. But she came out and she was like, look at you, you pitiful fuck. You should have just had our shit in there from the beginning. And they made them pay. That's what they did. I'm sure they paid for it. That's why it's joint. AMD is making them put money into this, fam.
Oh, I can see that for
AMD
sure.
is making them do it.
Shout out to Lynn. Lynn says, Lisa. That's her name.
Lisa, I was close. And I said Lynn. So it's almost like
Yes.
I was calling Lynn
For
to
the answer.
give me the answer. That's what I did,
Yo.
actually. I don't know why I said
Beautiful.
almost. That was the exact thing that I did. Thank you for responding, Lynn, because I knew you would know.
He knew you were there.
I knew it. I felt it. You know what I'm saying? It's a sixth sense. You know what I'm saying? That I have. Way better than Sony's sense, because clearly they don't have it. But yeah, man, what a world, huh? What a world. So hold on before we dive into it. We got our boy Bunty in the building.
Bunty,
man.
what's
Thank you so much
good,
for being here,
love?
man. Thank you for that
Thank
$5 from the
you.
channel. Oh, we appreciate you. Says the original Don Dada. Me have 6 more hours to go. Give me at least 3, and me would be good. But enough respect. Damn, homie.
Well, I hope you're watching this from the beginning.
Yeah, because you got like a hot, you know what I'm saying?
Because
I don't think
2
you're gonna
a.m.
get that
stream. I don't.
Yeah, I don't think that's happening this time, but that's all right, Bob, dude. Just watch it twice. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna listen. You're gonna miss something the first time around, so you watch it back twice. You get all the details. Appreciate your fan.
Thank you for
so
rocking
much,
out,
man.
Bunty.
Appreciate you, homie. So okay, guys. It's dead.
It is.
It's dead. The PiSSR's dead. I don't know why, because we've been on this what's the name? Wicked?
Mhm.
We've been on this Wicked tip in the house. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, when the first song starts, and it's like, she's dead. Like so I just feel like there's a big ceremony taking place somewhere where everybody's just there's a big celebration.
Yes.
Knowing that like all the devs are celebrating. God, thank you. We don't have to
pretend
make a
anymore.
Stupid ass game.
Yep.
Using a stupid ass tech called the PiSSR tech. Like,
Mhm.
how stupid are they? Right. So I think that people are celebrating. It's clear that this tech should not have existed. It's clear they rushed it out because AMD's tech wasn't going to be ready for launch. So I think, me personally, I think they just put the brakes on the PiSSR in 2023 as any like real development. Like, oh my God, I really want to make something happen. And they were just like, yo, how can we just burn the tip of it to look like it's sealed? You know what I'm saying?
I just love that their pitch for Forza was, you know, PlayStation 5 Pro Enhanced. And they probably didn't even do shit with that damn PiSSR.
I doubt
it. I think right now they're out here with this mess because Phil was like, listen, we can't work with this trash. Like, figure it out, or we need to like shut that bitch down. And most of their games are coming from Xbox. So, man, if they can't figure it out, who will? Maybe that's what has enlightened them. Man, what a mess.
Dude, I think, look, we know it for sure, right? We've already been down this road.
Oh,
this is just the end result of everything that we've seen. No one liked the PiSSR. Okay, the PiSSR sucked. Their PiSSR pissed all over the place, everywhere. You never let these motherfuckers use your bathroom. Okay, these motherfuckers pissing on the walls, on the ceiling,
everywhere.
They have no control, right? They have no ability to be precise here. That's why when you see the screen, it's always flickering. You know what I'm saying? It's always moving and shit because they don't have the ability to actually make something that looks crisp and nice, right? That works well in motion and in still images. Literally, that's exactly what the dude from Digital Foundry said.
What a mess.
So it's like, of course, people are happy that this is done. He's saying that we're still encouraging them, like, please use the PiSSR. They're like, no, fuck yourself, dude. Nobody wants to use that.
I mean, they're saying that for the people that actually bought the damn thing, for people to continue to maybe, you know, rent it out or invest in it somehow. People that have the PlayStation 4 to go ahead and maybe feel comfortable buying the Pro. But at this point, like, the cat's out the bag. Like, yes, we said it from the beginning, but everybody out there was glazing and talking crap. And it wasn't just the ponies. The freaking bots and pony bots were out there acting like we were hating on this shit. and hating on Ghost of Yote. And it's like, hold up, take several seats. This is my motherfucking opinion. You don't need to freaking like it, but you have one too, right? And this is my shit. This is what the fuck I gotta say. I call this shit being trash right from the get-go. And Ghost of Yote is trash too. That shit ain't looking right. It's not. So if you guys want to know a lot more of what's coming, go back and watch our freaking videos because we called it right away with this mess.
Yep.
We did.
Bunch of delusional mother effers out there that think that they should just. It's not just the gallopers that bow down to PlayStation. It's everybody out there shamelessly. Like a bunch of cocksuckers just chasing after PlayStation and their approval.
It happened in this article that we just read.
Mm-hmm.
Facts. Yeah, it's a shame, really, that they can't seem to figure anything out that is worth anything from software to hardware at this point.
Yeah.
Like nothing is hitting, right? Nothing works.
Hey, last time we were all together, I said when everyone tells you that you do everything right, you don't know where to improve. And they keep putting out all these games. They keep on everything they put out. You tell them it's the best thing ever. And when the customer base tells you that they don't like it, you don't know where to go. And you just keep making flop after flop because you don't know what you're chasing.
Exactly.
And that's the issue. They kept saying, you're great, you're great, you're good, you're good. It doesn't matter. Just go and buy the stuff. And it's like, what are they doing, though? What are they doing? They ended up believing their own bullcrap.
Yeah.
They probably think that Astrobot is truly game of the year. It's not. It's not.
I mean, they do believe it, though, in their hearts. Like that's the only way that they can sleep at night. You know what I'm saying? Because if they don't have a game that's like nominated or wins, they feel all twitchy inside. You know what I'm saying?
They're lost without it, right?
definitely
Because
lost
they don't
without
know how to be anything other than, so-called number one. But when you're number one and it's fake, right? That's fake news. And at some point or another, that's going to come out. And that's what's happening, right?
Yeah.
Phil, Matt Booty, they've exposed them. They've exposed them for who they are and their lack of and what they're bringing to the table.
It's true.
Having the money to go ahead and do what they need to do and push the industry forward the way it needs to be and challenge the competitors the way that they need to be challenged, not on this bitch ass PlayStation shit where we pretend that we're great. When you're really being challenged for providing good games in a quality console. And this is why I am so hyped for our next box, because Phil said we're going to let the box speak for itself. Bro, we are getting a beast. We're not getting a pisser. We're getting a beast. I cannot wait to get our new console. It's going to be crazy.
Facts.
And with the quality of games that we're getting right now, combine the two, forget it.
Agreed. We do have the homie JD Gamer in the building.
Yo, what's
my
good?
Boy. Thank you, my brother, for being here, man.
Thank you
for the
love.
$5 super chat. Says, P.S. Don't try it. Backporting isn't going to work right. The AMD cards have 578 and 779 tops, respectively, versus 300 tops on the PS5 Pro. That ain't gonna work. And that's why Digital Foundry kind of felt they felt like a certain type of way about it, where you can tell they were like, they're interested to see how it's going to work because they know how heavy it is, right? So there's a reason why it's only in those cards versus their other stuff, right? Because I don't think FSR 4, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think that that's just coming to every AMD card. I think only those AMD cards are the ones. I know it's coming to, like, if you have NVIDIA and shit, you can use it. But I think there's some weird shit about it. I'm not 100% sure. But JD, you're right, bro. I don't think it's gonna go well for them, because when they made that stupid ass Pro, they were thinking that their pisser was gonna take it. You know what I'm saying? They were banking on the pisser. If the pisser could not achieve what they wanted it to achieve, how is FSR 4 being so heavy going to work on the Pro? That's a good question, right? Like, we don't know. we don't know exactly how it's going to work, but I'm on your side, JD. It's not looking good.
It's not.
He also says, hold on. I see here he added some context as well. Just make sure I get it. Says, and the PS5 Pro lacks sparsity, which was used to lessen the load on the GPU. Well, I don't know what that is, but I'm gonna take your word for it that sparsity's not in there, and I could imagine it would be in there because they didn't put shit in the Pro. They literally just gave it a GPU bump and then threw the pisser in that bitch and said, "Vaya con Dios." You know what I'm saying? We did
Let's
our
wish
part.
for the best, kind of like what they did with Concord. Let's hope for the best. And listen, this is the problem. I rather have something well balanced than compromising, right? Because Mark said it himself. He said, you're going to have to kind of sacrifice here or there in order to go ahead and get. Yes, you will get this, but then you will compromise that. Like, this is not the world we live in. You're asking for $700 for a console, and you're supposedly is new tech, right? I don't see where anything should be compromised.
Yeah.
In order for something to be enhanced, to go ahead and have to let go of something else, that's not what we paid for, right? We want everything to be enhanced. Just saying.
Well, I'm honestly, listen, I know we talked about it on that episode where the dude from Digital Foundry, we showed the clip or whatever, and he said that like PlayStation 5 Pro was the biggest letdown ever. And it's like honestly, it's really fucked up that they found a way to make a next gen, like mid-gen refresh.
Yep.
And it literally is not a clear like solution for making your games just run and look better for sure, and like in a significant way.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Smoothly, right? You shouldn't have to shut things down. And I'm not remembering exactly, and that's why I'm not saying exactly what it is. But I remember going into, and you have to compromise this in order for this to enhance. And it's like, it shouldn't be that
the resolution,
way.
They had to lower that shit way down to be able to go up. The problem is, as much as it does that, right? The lower the res, the worse the actual upscale is.
Mm-hmm.
And in the Pisser's case, it's just they could not fix the problem because it's a fundamental problem of the Pisser. It's not something that they could just easily correct. And again, I'm telling you right now, there's no more damning information than the fact their own first party studios are not using the Pisser.
Yep.
Horizon
there is an
said,
issue.
no, thank you.
Yes, because you know what they said? It is up to the developers to use it. How are you bringing in new tech to the table? And it's up to the developers. So I can invest on this tech, and if they choose not, if no developer out there chooses to go ahead and use it, then what am I paying for? Right? Everybody should be hyped for it.
It's the same shit. Like any game that has a 60 FPS mode can use a form of upscaling that's not the Pisser to upscale it and make it look better.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's already happening. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's already happening. It's just looking slightly better now. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's some tragic shit. Like, obviously there's some side games, right? But even Digital Foundry went in and said, like, the original was it Rebirth, the second Final Fantasy, right? The one that if you see it on Pro, I'm not on Pro, on the performance mode, when you see it on performance mode, it looks like doo-doo trash, right? Like straight up horrible, blurry, all this shit. And then the Pisser came out, and everybody was like, oh my god, what a big difference, what a light and day. And even at the time when it happened, Digital Foundry was hyping it up, right? Just like, wow, look at what it did.
So that's the thing.
But then over time, just recently when they were talking about the stuff, he said, to be fair though, and this is that Oliver dude who's a super pony. To be fair though, they didn't have any upscaling in the first version. That's why it looks so shitty. So any implementation of any upscaler would have made this scenario happen. So it wasn't a, oh my God, the PiSSR, look at what's happening. It's, oh my God, there's enough power in the box for us to use a upscaler. They couldn't use an upscaler on the PlayStation 5. That's the problem, right? It was too weak for them to run that game at 60 and still put an upscaler in there. So they made it very clear that this wasn't a the PiSSR is some savior.
No, it's a compromising situation that you still have to pick and choose, right? And that's a problem. You're not delivering a product that is that's it's next gen, that is fixing an issue.
Agreed. And that's the problem, right? That's the problem. It doesn't make any sense. Let me get my boy Do You K Now, the broke boy insider.
Yo,
with that $5 super chat. Thank you, my brother, for
you.
being here, man. Appreciate you, homie. Says PlayStation lied. They really didn't give the PS5 Pro a PiSSR. They actually gave it a shitter with diarrhea. So it sounded like piss. Damn.
Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. That sounds about right.
That sounds about right. It actually mimics a little bit of what I saw. Where is it? I just saw right here, Razer Ultron. So
Razer Ultron was good.
They didn't put shit in the Pro, they put piss in there. This is a problem. This is a problem for sure.
So Razer Ultron has a question as well. He says, CMoney, how much money do you think PlayStation wasted on the PiSSR?
I gotta be honest with you. I don't think they did much of anything with the PiSSR. I think they took an upscale that is one of like the primitive ones, maybe FSR 1 or some shit like that. And they were like, all right, we're not starting from scratch because we don't even know what AI means. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and take a base one and we'll just try to make that shit work. That's honestly the way I think they did. I think they started at some base point and just figured out, let me change. Like trying to cheat on their homework and shit.
They got a step-by-step video.
Yo,
follow the steps. But I mean,
they definitely spent money wasting time, but I don't think I don't think listen, this is the one thing you gotta understand. These ponies are so stupid. And at the end of the day, they waste a ton of money making games. Like that's just the truth. But these fucking consoles, I mean, I know not many people bought the 5 Pro, but enough people just buy PlayStation that it all just kind of fucking bounces out for them in hardware investment. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just the way they look at it. You know, we made this, sure, not a lot of people did it, but they're making profit on each one. So every person who bought one, gave them the profit, right? And that's all they wanted. It's such a waste of life. It's the people who bought it are the ones who got fucked. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
And again, fucked in a sense, like it's the people who went from a PlayStation 5 to a PlayStation 5 Pro. I honestly, if you bought a PlayStation 5 Pro straight off just because you want to have the better thing, then I don't think you got ripped off. I think you just wanted the better thing. It is the better thing. Whether the PiSSR works or not, it's the better thing. It's better than the PlayStation 5. But if you have a PlayStation 5 and you went and said, I'm going to upgrade to a PlayStation 5 Pro, that's where you got robbed. Big time. Because you spent $1,300, all right, minus what, $300 when you trade in your shit. So you spent $1,000 or, $1,050 or some shit on a PlayStation 5. Like, why? Why would you invest so much on something that it barely does more, right? It barely does more. Like, come on, man. If it was, this is the one thing that I would say, if the PiSSR did this, then I would say, okay, that is at least that's a good selling point for it. And what I mean, what's this? If there's a 30 FPS game, every 30 FPS only game now becomes 60 or above.
On the Pro.
On the Pro. If it did that, I'd be like, okay, that's something. But it doesn't. It doesn't change the frame rate of the games. Unless there's something that I have missed, it doesn't change it. It's you have to have a performance mode in the game already to go ahead and use the PiSSR to upscale your performance mode to make it look better.
So essentially, if you're coming from a PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, or the PiSSR, would be essentially the same thing.
Essentially. So it's
It will
just
still
not
be an upgrade, but you choose to pay more or not.
agreed.
Man, what a mess.
Agreed. All right, Pharaoh, what do you think about this whole thing, man? You didn't really get your buzz off.
I thought it was very interesting that they are abandoning yet another project. It's just, you abandon your PSVR. It seems like the Portal has been somewhat abandoned. We're not hearing about that anymore. You're abandoning video games, 2 of them in the past 6 months. It just that this reimplementate, like, I'm wondering at this point, I'm wondering if the PS5 Pro customer is going to get their money's worth, because to say that you're gonna implement FSR4 is made for RDNA 4, and you have a RDNA 2, some argue RDNA 1.5 chip inside your PlayStation. So you're not even backporting, you're not going to get all of the feature set of FSR4. Like, you're going to kind of pick and choose what's possible on the PlayStation 5 hardware and kind of see, what you can get. So I really feel bad for the PlayStation customer who bought these pros, because I just don't think they're going to end up getting their money's worth at all. I don't think they're going to get any performance gains. I think the PlayStation 5 Pro and the PlayStation 5 are going to basically have the same level of performance. And then that really sucks if you paid that type of money.
Yeah. I think, the people that blindly went ahead and kind of trusted what was out there, because, right now they're saying it's the biggest letdown, right? The PlayStation 5 Pro. But from what I recall, that's not what was out there and what was being said when these things were up for pre-order. Even after, like, this is something that kind of needs to be addressed when the shit is out for pre-order and you get a say-so on it, right? And people are looking for your opinion. Right now, it doesn't really matter if you want to go ahead and say, well, this was a waste of money, because you made a lot of people who believed what your hype or what your opinion was on it waste their money, right?
Yeah.
Not to mention that they got it for free. To go ahead and have a say-so on it. I think that there wasn't enough transparency, not just from PlayStation, also from the people hyping it up and telling people to go spend their money on this trash. And again, it was something that was so obvious to see. Pharaoh, you brought up that you feel bad for the people that wasted their money on it. Listen, if there are different types of people. There are people that like to have everything gaming that comes new, any new console that comes out, they want to feel like they have everything, right? Bet that's if that's the reason why they bought it, then good for you. You have the latest PlayStation. If you believe the bullshit that was put out there by these gallopers that probably didn't even buy one themselves, then that's where you got kind of screwed over, right? If you
Yeah, for
were
sure.
a freaking pony adding to the narrative and you bought it knowing that you were just making up lies, then that's on you, right? You're a clown ass clown, and we all know it. But the people that maybe go ahead and trust these avenues to tell them what's what, those are the people that got that got screwed with this shit. And still they didn't find enough people to come and support this nonsense. They know it.
Facts.
And that's why they're like, okay, well, now we could just be flat out about it. To abandon this crap as well. And you mentioned, Pharaoh, they freaking dropped the PlayStation VR 2. They've dropping a bunch of freaking games, canceling a bunch of crap. Where you at? I mean, let Xbox cancel one game or delay one game, and we will see everyone out with their freaking torches. Where is the issue? Non-existent.
Agreed. Agreed 100%. Farrell, did you have any more bars?
No, not really. I just feel bad for the ponies. They continue to be fed their own horseshit at this point.
They are though. You know what I'm saying? They are.
We
What
used
was that?
to
What was
say,
that? Okay, go ahead. You say
you
yours.
know,
And I
to
don't
be
remember.
nice to your local pony.
Oh yeah, that was a long
Yeah.
time ago.
F that shit. Like,
yeah, that's gone.
listen,
gone.
you want to be stupid for the sake of being stupid. You want to run your mouth like a freaking. Can't say that. Hold up. Can't say that. Brainless bitch. Is that
Brainless
fair?
bitch.
That one can be said
That's
still.
good. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So many words I need to make a comeback that we could just freely have a conversation. And maybe instead of sugarcoating and calling them brainless bitches, dumbass fucks, stupid, riding the little yellow bus, dumbass. Like, if we can stop going around freaking the bush and kind of just flat out tell them exactly how they're behaving, maybe it will stick. But we're out here being sweet, saying you dumbasses, you brainless hoes. Like, if we could just flat out tell them, maybe they'll get the idea of how they look, right? Instead of sugarcoating this shit.
Facts. Big facts. We were watching a stand-up and he what was he saying? Something about with the babies, right? And it was Marlon. It was Marlon. We were watching Marlon Wayans a little bit.
Yeah.
Right, the last one that we saw. He was saying he has to change his parents' adult diapers, right? But he was talking about like how babies, you feed them baby food and then they eat it and then they shit it out and it's pretty much still the baby food, right? Like it's just like in and out. And then like he was like, you can feed it back to him. There was a little funny. It was crazy, right? And it was ill, right?
Yeah.
But then
disgusting.
You start thinking about what Farrell said and like how they're being fed their own horse shit. And it's like kind of the same. You know what I'm saying? Like they're just being fed the same shit that they do. Like they shit it out and then they get it back. It's just nonstop. It's disgusting.
So they're getting fed the same
Well, it's
bullshit.
a remaster, right? It comes out and then
same
it gets
thing.
fed back, right?
Here you go.
It's just fed right back, slightly different.
Get what you get.
It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Let's shout out to the homie Ryard Gaming in the building.
Ryard was good.
Be here.
Let's go.
Gifted an on point for gamer membership. My dude. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate you so much, man.
That's what's
y'all know what to do.
Tell them, baby.
Put the motherfucking welcome to the family emoji in the chat.
Yes.
Welcome our newest member, man. We appreciate you so much, though. I see that is PK Thunder. Whoa.
Let's go.
The membership.
Shout out to PK.
Or they.
Congrats. Ryard, thank you so much. PK, welcome.
Ryard, thank you, my brother. Appreciate you, man. You got the homie Mac22TH54. Okay, first of all, appreciate the commas.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Fire.
Breaking it down.
Thank you for that $5 super chat, by the way.
I think we went back and forth enough trying to
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Get it right.
Says, can you imagine if Xbox came out with this mid-season refresh?
Yo.
The gaming media would be out with torches. Even now, right? Even now, and Mac, you fucking nailed it. 100%. Yo, right now, okay, you see this talk about them basically having to walk it back, right? Like they're walking back the PiSSR and it's gone and they're gonna change it for something else. They're admitting that the PiSSR sucked, right? That it was worthless, is not worth building upon. You're getting rid of it, right?
We can hear that between the lines, but they're not out here saying, you know what, we effed up.
Well,
like I think no one is, because they're afraid to say anything because they've been molded into glorifying freaking PlayStation.
Facts.
It's crazy. It's a cult.
It is. And honestly, like, again, when you read all these articles, like we just read this, right? I had to stop reading that one part because it's like, okay, fam, like they're still glazing, right? So meaning like they're just reporting this matter of factly, right? Like this is just the news. This is the information. No opinions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, no opinions here. It's just, nope, this is the news. This is it. If this was Xbox, Mac, you fucking nailed it. They'll be saying Xbox throwing in a towel on their hardware again, right? They'll come and they'll say that Microsoft is leaving the industry. They don't want that. They don't even want to use their own tech anymore. They're moving out. They're leaving. It's done. It's over. Xbox failed. What a mid-gen failure. any number of things. The pisser has performed horribly. Okay.
Yeah.
Now they did one time where IGN did that blind test with Spider-Man, and they couldn't tell the difference between the pisser and the regular one. So he said, well, maybe don't buy a PlayStation 5 Pro. And I don't think that dude has been seen since. Okay.
Tell me, have you seen him?
I don't know if he's gone
That's
missing, if
wild.
they retired him. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, or maybe he's been on every
He's
day
been
I don't
put
pay
in the
attention.
pisser for now.
Point is that was the only negative word that was ever said.
That
about
was
the Pro.
the only word that was somewhat true to what this really is. This PlayStation 5 Pro. That was the most genuine reaction that could possibly be out there when it comes to this damn thing. And also when Digital Foundry they were looking at the specs and they were like, wait, hold on, what? They didn't even know what they were like, no freaking way that this is the crap that we're getting. Too. And people can't gather those genuine reactions and be like, you know what? I think that they're feeding me bullshit. Shame on you. Shame on you. But yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, without this taking place, Xbox supposedly threw in the towel and they're not making any more consoles. Yet all they come out here saying is how excited they are for their next console and the games and everything else. But somehow they're dead and it's over. So imagine, Mac, if they came out here and had a situation like this take place. It'll be the end of the world.
Agreed. It's it's wild. But honestly, like, again, you gotta give credit where credit's due to Microsoft, man. They're moving out of this space. You know what I'm saying? With the come at me about my console bullshit.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they're smart enough to leave the little ones playing in the mud, right? PlayStation, Nintendo, the little tiny people. I know, oh, what do you mean? They're so big. Yeah, in gaming, in the world,
they're just a speck.
They couldn't even reach Microsoft's left nut. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like they're too small for this game. You know what I'm saying? So Microsoft finally said, fuck them. Let's do our thing. Let's go ahead. Let's invest in our shit. Let's make our games. Just put it everywhere. Let's take money from everybody. Right. And now, even with the console, they're saying, you know what? We're going to go ahead and we're just going to take it to a whole different direction. Fuck this proprietary bullshit. We're going to go ahead, have, not that they won't have proprietary tech, but they'll have, it's going to be aimed at PC as well, right? Get those PC stores on there. They're changing the game in all ways, shapes, and form. And they're literally getting past this idea of what the media is going to say about them. It doesn't matter. You can't complain about the box in comparison to a Nintendo or a PlayStation, because those boxes are closed little ecosystems that are still stuck with the same, games that they've been recycling year after year forever. And Xbox is now going to open itself up to being much more open, have many more choices, and have a box that will never miss out on any game that matters. Right? Because remember, all those games that go to PlayStation from these third parties also come out on PC, right? PlayStation games themselves started coming out on PC. Not that we give a shit about the PlayStation games that come in, because unless they start making good ones again, but it still will be there for the few people who do care.
Man, right? That's wild. They've been dropping the ball for so long. I don't even remember.
Honestly,
they're good games.
Honestly, like I still can't. When I went back to try to play God of War Ragnarok, and I spent all that time with that stupid ass fucking kid, you got a question, right? Like, who made this game and sat there and said, man, I am loving my time playing this punk ass kid. I'm loving. I'm so excited playing right now as a stupid ass kid who can't.
You know what? I've seen people post gameplay of Kratos, but I've never seen someone post gameplay of Atreus.
No,
Never
no,
seen it.
because it's trash. It's trash. It's so stupid. And he's like a god, right? So technically, he's what, Loki or something. He's supposed to be a fucking bigger god than Kratos at this point. I don't even know. Can he beat up Kratos? Because he sure as shit didn't
Well,
do anything
listen, can he
exciting in
jump?
the game.
Can he
can't jump.
jump?
He also can't jump. He's got the same
He
affliction.
also can't. Same
It's the Kratos line.
issue. Got it.
It's the Kratos
Got it.
line.
It's the bloodline.
It's
They
the
can't jump. They can't figure. They can't put it together. They can't put it
Exactly.
together. He must be, obviously, that makes sense. He's a galloper, so they all function the same way. Basic things. They just can't link and make it make sense. So Kratos will sit there
the galloper
taking
who can't gallop.
40
That's
minutes
crazy.
doing some shit that should just take you two
Like
to
I
do.
could jump over this little
Jeez,
rock
but
right here and get to the other side that I can see.
Instead,
But I'm gonna walk 45 minutes in this
Yep.
direction because God forbid, I stub my toe trying to climb up over this shit. It's a problem. Yeah, that's the way PlayStation makes games, guys. Excitement. And don't worry, be super excited for Mailman Simulator Part 2. Okay. This time they went from FedEx to UPS. That's right, guys. They changed up the suits. They're wearing that brown suit now. No, poor Death Stranding 2.
damn, that's funny. That was good.
I would like to somebody just needs to put the movie together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like come on,
Let's
man.
just turn it into a
That's
video.
that's
so we can just see
literally
the whole
what
thing is about.
he's trying to do. Like, just get in the go make a somebody let this dude in. Let him in.
Let him
Somebody,
get publicly shamed
man.
for not being able to actually make a good actual film. And then he can go back to
focus
saying,
on an actual game
yeah.
and make it be a freaking video game.
Not that I don't have a problem with Kojima. I'm just saying his shit is weird.
It is.
I'm saying
It
it's
is
real weird. Which for some reason in video games, like weird shit, I don't know, prevails. Looks like it's supposed to be cool. I don't know. Sometimes it's a little too far.
It's a little too far. I think this is one of those situations where it's just a little too far. Where is the man? You could not tell anyone that that's a freaking delivery game from seeing the trailer and what they put together. Like, you're just gonna go from point A to point B delivering packages.
I mean, I mean, he has guns now. I think the first game they added guns in, like,
you know how dangerous
expansion.
delivering mail could be.
I mean,
So
yeah, I mean, well, in that crazy ass place, who the fuck knows? But I'm definitely interested in seeing what they end up doing with it if they get out of that mailman fucking shit. And it was just a little part that they showed us. But every time he's just walking out in the desert again, or in the
Same old
tundra
shit.
or whatever the fuck, in the mountains. It's like, goddamn. Let me get the homie Jonas in the bitch, man.
What's up? Jonas' dad. What's good?
Months, my dude.
Thank you
Appreciate
so
homie.
much.
Said some of the ponies had their girlfriends subsidize their PlayStation 5 Pros. I don't think he'll ever live that shit down.
No.
Hashtag Xbox better. Hit that like and share it out. Yes,
thank you, love.
Please
thank
do.
you.
Thank you, sir.
Will be much appreciated.
And we got the homie Ryar Gaming back.
Yo, Ryar, what's good?
Appreciate your fam. Says Doodle for 2028.
Woo!
CMoney will be the first husband in the YouTube house. Oh my god. Oh man. You know what? I think we'll pass on that job. I think we'll pass.
Yeah.
That's a bridge too far.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good.
But thank you.
But I appreciate the support. They're gonna go and vote and just write you in. They're gonna be, who the fuck is Doodle? You know, because you could just write in whoever the fuck you want. You know what I'm saying? Like when you go to vote, you literally don't have to vote for anybody there. You can literally just put anybody's name. You can see a bunch of Doodles. Like, what the fuck? Who the fuck is Doodle? It's gonna be a hunt for Doodle. See, look, the game adoption newscast already said it. I'd vote.
Let's go.
That's it. We're gonna start. Just get the name on the ticket. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna have to do it too. They're gonna have to list like Trump, you know, whoever else is going to. I don't know. I don't know if he can vote, if he can go again. But whoever else is trying to become the president, and then it's like independent, and then all at the bottom is gonna be like Doodle. That's wild.
And we'll rise up.
Oh my god, that's wild. That's wild. Oh jeez. All right. Any more on the pisser that doesn't work before we move on to Xbox. Xboxy. Nada?
No, we slapped the ponies up enough.
All right.
For like 10 minutes.
I don't know. It's been a good time. Let me see. Where am I? Come on.
It's been a great year so far. 2024 was wild. And just when you think it can't get any worse, it's like you just give it a month or two and you're like, oh damn, okay. That's why it's crazy though. Like the amount of games cancel and the shit that's been taking place, you just watch it all go down and it's pathetic. After a while, you're just like, damn, that's rough. Like, who are we even talking about?
Yeah.
Agreed. All right. Okay, I have it here. Let me get my chapter.
What we got?
Do do. Okay. Here we go. All right. So next up, title's too short. Like it doesn't allow you to put enough words. So I just put Xbox handheld this year. Yes, that is what the word is. But also there's some news or some, I don't know if it's the news. We're going to read it together. I don't know if it's the news or just him saying things. But with full next-gen consoles in 2027. Now, normally the rule of thumb for Jez is that if he doesn't have a bunch of sources on something, he'll just say it. He won't write it or make an article about it. So the fact that he made an article on this theoretically would make it so that he believes he has something substantial here, right?
Okay.
So the tweet says exclusive. Xbox plans to partner Handheld for this year with full next-gen consoles in 2027. So let's go in. Let's see what he says here. Xbox's new hardware plans begin with a gaming handheld set for later this year with full next-gen consoles targeting 2027. Dude, is that really what they just do 3 times? So the Twitter, then the big bold, and then Microsoft's first full array in the PC gaming handheld begin with a partner device set to launch later this year with his own Xbox Series X and S successor now in full production. So basically just repeat the headline over and over again. Got it. Cool. Sorry, I hit the mic. All right. So here's your first glimpse at Xbox's next-gen hardware plans, and some parts are being executed more quickly than you might think. The Xbox Series X and S generation has been a bit of an odd one. Microsoft Xbox console hardware sell-through has declined quarter over quarter. Xbox, okay, God, yeah, I get it. They like to add a whole bunch of shit. Just say the point. You say the fucking point, right? Again, bullshit. Wasting time. Thank you so much for all of this nonsense. All right. Okay, here we go. So Microsoft appears keen to continue servicing its legacy Xbox audience with new hardware regardless. And over the past few months, I've been working to figure out exactly what that might look like. Here's what I've learned. First up, Microsoft is working with a PC gaming OEM, think Asus, Lenovo, MSI, Razer, etc., on an Xbox branded gaming handheld. Surprisingly, slated for later in 2025 if plans are met. Codename Keenan, this gaming handheld will look unmistakably Xbox, we're told, complete with an official Xbox guide button and Xbox design sensibilities. Given that this is a partner device similar to Lenovo's Steam OS partnership with Valve, I expect this handheld to be more PC oriented. Keenan is almost definitely running full Windows, putting the Microsoft Store and PC Game Pass front and center, alongside the ability to install things like Steam. This device will likely serve, at least in part, as a research experience for Microsoft. I expect the handheld will test new Windows 11, the quote unquote device aware capabilities while reducing third-party OEM bloatware that are typical of devices like the Lenovo Legion Go and Asus ROG Ally. I expect Microsoft will leverage widgets on the Xbox Game Bar on PC for controlling things like TDP and fan speed, while hopefully having a more streamlined OS experience for controller use. Of course, existing PC gaming OEMs will benefit from these efforts as well, but the research will also help with Microsoft's further out plans. Okay, and I think he's going to talk about. Okay, he says because indeed our sources also indicate that Microsoft's internal successor to the Xbox Series X and S platform has been fully greenlit all the way up to CEO Satya Nadella. For now, I understand that Microsoft's next gen hardware plans include a premium successor to the powerful Xbox Series X, alongside its own Xbox gaming handheld, and several new controller options. Tentatively, these new console devices are slated for 2027. Okay. So that part right there, I don't know about that. But it sounds like, and we're gonna break it up a little bit, the conversation, but it sounds like the thing that we talked about all those months ago, or maybe over a year ago at this point, when they first were talking about the hybrid nature of it. And we discussed how we really don't think that there's a world where they let the Nintendo Switch have their way, right? Where they're just the only handheld that's, meant for console gaming, right? So what it seems like is that they're doing a similar two SKU approach that they did this time, but instead they're instead of two console boxes that are going to sit underneath your TV, one is going to be an Xbox Series X successor. So super powerful, top of the line for whenever it drops. And then the Series S successor is in fact going to be the handheld. Right now, whether that's just a handheld or if what I believe they're probably going to do is they're going to make it very Switch like and make it a handheld that you dock and you can play on your TV. So when it comes to just this portion of it with the next gen, because I do want to get into the handheld that's coming out this year, but just this version, what do you guys think about the idea that the next gen console is going to be a successor to only the Series X, and then the handheld looks like it's going to take the place of the Series S, and with the fact that it looks like it's going to be 2027. Like, I still feel like 2026 is the one.
Yeah, I still feel 2026 is the year when they're coming in for various reasons. And I also I do think that if it's a hybrid console like the S, you're going to have it as a handheld that you can dock it. Yes, I think that that's exactly what they need to do. They need to just kind of jump into that Switch space. And, we've talked about PlayStation. We've said, Nintendo is next. They're going to go ahead and put whatever games they put in there. But Phil made it very clear that he has been kind of seeing what he loves about all the handhelds and kind of trying to figure out how he can bring it all together and make something that he feels really comfortable with. And I think part of that handheld is having like the accessibility to just dock it and, seamlessly going ahead and play it on your TV and then boom, pop it off and take it with you if you're leaving the house, right? Or if your kids are going to use the TV that you're using and it's like, okay, well, let me go get my handheld, and nice and smooth, nice and easy. Um it's funny, yes, I think it was like almost a year ago that we had these conversations about how that's probably how they're going to move forward with it. Um, and that the fact that they needed to have something that's going to dock. I think the X, obviously, they're going to come in, and I believe it's going to be a very, very powerful console that they're going to go ahead and deliver. But I do think I'm thinking 2026, 2027 may be a bit too far. I do think 2026 will probably be the goal, unless things get delayed somehow, which I highly doubt. But I do think that 2026 will be the
I
year.
just think 2026 for the 25th anniversary
Yeah, that's the
and
thing. So many
Halo,
things come into
like,
play. They wanted to go ahead and release it. Remember, they had this whole thing kind of planned
yeah,
out with
Halo and
Halo
Xbox for the first
Infinite, and that
time.
kind of fell out of place. And I do think that right now they have an opportunity to go ahead and do the same. They didn't have the mid-gen refresh, and you have to kind of say, okay, well, if we're passing on that, we're going to go ahead and jump in a little earlier. That just kind of seems to be the reason. Again, things come up. I don't see them going ahead and delaying something that they have planned out right now. I think that they would just bring reinforcement. In backing, right? Instead of going ahead and delay something to 2027 that they were planning to do in 2026. It seems right. So I don't know. I don't know about the 2027. I'm not buying it.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like 2026 is the answer.
Hmm.
Even with the slate of games coming out, Gears of War, the new one, didn't have a date, didn't have a console
Yes, a
on it.
console.
State of Decay 3 didn't have a console on
Hmm.
it. Like, it just feels like they were gearing up for 2026. I can't imagine that Gears or State of Decay or any of this stuff were 2027 titles. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. Like, it doesn't make sense that they wouldn't be trying to. And I see what you're saying, Machine XP. To be fair, he says, to be fair, Xbox has tried to line things up and release games and or hardware for special occasions and seem not to make it nearly every time. True, but they still had the intent.
Hmm.
Where what he's saying here is that their intent is for the 2027.
Yeah. The fact that these things have kind of like not fallen into place, it doesn't mean that they weren't trying to do that. And again, if we go ahead and follow the patterns of what they want to kind of target, and then on top of it, the fact that it hasn't gone their way, I think maybe this is an opportunity for it to go their way. It was also a different time when they were aiming to kind of do these things, and it was a different Xbox. If technically we really think about it, they're a different beast now, where they can go ahead and kind of make things happen that they want.
Agreed. And to be clear, if you're replacing the Series S, which is your lower, price entry model, with the handheld, I just want to like double down. That has to be docked. Like, you need a dock.
Absolutely.
Like, you can't be saying, "Hey guys, you don't need to buy Series X if you're more budget." You know, like, if you need the budget better, right? You
If
need
you
to
need a
have
better
a
budget and you
lower
can't
price
go ahead
model.
and buy the high-end console, you're going to go ahead and
You
get
need a way to
the
play it.
handheld. You have to be able to dock it. It still needs to feel like a console as well.
Yeah, even if it's just a simple ass dock where, like, just literally like the Switch, where it's just like a fucking just boop, put it in. That's it. That'll be fine. Um, I don't see it. I don't see it any other way. I think you have to do it with a dock. Um, and again, just down with the time again. 2026 just seems like it lines up. I feel like 2027. I feel like 2027 is just a little too far. Um, Not that we don't have the games to hold it over. It's just, again, why wouldn't they, like, Gears was planned for this year pretty much, so it's coming out next year. Why wouldn't they just hold it off and get these games done? I don't know. I feel like 2026 is the answer. This part, I don't know. We'll see if it happens, obviously, but um, I don't know. What about you, Farrell? This particular conversation here about the next gen hardware. being a successor to the Series X, so they're gonna go crazy, high end. I think that's where you get your stupid price console. I think it'll be really expensive, because I think they're gonna want to just put something really, really, good out there as far as
Powerful. Yep.
powerful is concerned. And then the handheld would kind of replace the Series S, being the less powerful, version of it. What do you think of it all? And 2027.
The 2027 thing kind of caught me by surprise. But and the fact that the handheld will come out this year caught me by surprise. But I think
that's a different handheld from the one we're talking about.
Yeah. Because it's not their handheld.
It's not their handheld. That one I want to talk about separately because that's interesting. I didn't know that either.
Yeah, so I don't think anybody saw that coming. I kind of see the handheld as like a beta for their own, so that they're kind of like testing.
Which we talked about here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about putting one out sooner so that when next gen's ready, you already have
a feel of what you
want to do, as opposed to trying to pop your handheld cherry on your next gen console.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yep. So I kind of see that being that kind of thing. But the most interesting thing to me is that someone else is doing the hardware for the handheld and Microsoft is just doing the software. And that tells me that for the next generation, that there's a good chance we're going to see the same thing for the under the TV or, the box version of the console, whether it be a, ATX PC type version or, a traditional console as we know it today. And I think it just opens up a lot of possibilities for what we're going to see from Xbox in the future. I can see this leading to like an Xbox OS that you can just purchase and throw on your PC, and it's just a dedicated Xbox OS. You don't have all that productivity software running in the background, killing your CPU, and you can really get maximum performance on your games. And in that world, it would make sense for Steam and Epic and those other stores to have native applications on the Xbox if Xbox is planning on doing a dedicated OS that you can purchase and put on any PC device. So I'm seeing a lot in this article and a lot of potential where Xbox is going with it.
Do you think 2027 is legit?
I would lean 2026 because, like I said, I think whatever they come out with is simply going to be a reference hardware, and I think we're going to see some of these other device makers kind of throw their hat into making Xboxes. It may be limited.
Those will probably show up in 2027.
Yeah, and those will probably be.
You also got to put into perspective that Sarah, they typically don't talk about next gen consoles until next gen consoles are relatively close.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't know when the last time a Microsoft exec would mention a next gen console 3 years in advance. Not receiving a question about it, just literally on their own accord saying, yeah, and we're working on the biggest technological, 3 years from now, all right, 2024 is when they talked about it, right? In February, early 2024. So over a year ago now, right? They brought up the idea of this console. I don't think you can say for certainty anything about the biggest technological leap and all this shit if you're still that deep into making it. You know what I'm saying? Because that would mean that you're 3 years away from that. Actually, because it was early 2024. So early 2024 to 2025 to early 2026, early 2027. That's 3 years. And then it's going to launch in fall. So that's over 3.5 years before that shit coming out.
Yeah.
I don't think you can say that shit so confidently if you're still working on it. You're not spending 3.5 years buffering this bitch. Like you already have it figured out, right?
You also are talking about the power that you're going to introduce. You're talking about the console speaking for themselves. I think that you have to be well aware of what you're going to be delivering, and that it's pretty much coming to concluding within a year or so. I feel like the way that they're speaking is as if they're very far into it and they're very confident with what they already have. I don't see it being that far off.
Yeah, because it literally, again, you're thinking again in February of 2024, which means by the time she spoke, it was in 2023 they already had this bitch already like starting to get figured out and nailing shit down. Right? I don't believe you need 3 years after that point to speak on it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think you come out in February of 2024, say that shit, and then need 3 years to finish it up. You know what I'm saying?
And plus,
3.5 years.
If they're going with AMD, the AMD chip's already out. So they don't have to wait for, like RDNA 5 isn't coming in 2027, most likely.
Dude, if they're going, I think we're all assuming they're going with AMD, bro.
Well, they could go with NVIDIA as well. But even so, the 5090, all that chip stuff is out too on their end. So, all the latest spec stuff that they would use
There's nothing to wait for.
Yeah, nothing to wait for is kind of the, point I'm making. So, 2026 seems very viable. And I think 2025 is just such a surprise. I think 2027 is when the handheld will launch. The official Xbox handheld, I think, will launch a year after the console does. So,
you think that? I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't know if you could do that.
Why can't you?
Because I think the idea is that it's
to replace the S, so that there's a cheaper.
So
you're starting next gen only for the elite,
for the box,
versus everybody else who wants to jump up to a next gen console.
See, I mean,
unless you're suggesting that the handheld is not part of the next gen ecosystem and they would be double dipping and like releasing shit for. I mean, they're still going to do that anyway.
But I see most Xbox gamers, like, as an Xbox gamer, I don't need a X and a S. But
if you have a handheld, I would.
Yes, I'm saying as a handheld, I feel like I need both. So I could see, like, if you release them both the same year or a year after, like, I still see myself getting both.
But not a lot of people do, though. Some people want that cheaper version. But I do have to say, though, talking about replacing the S, and how much is the S again? It's 300, right?
Yeah, something like that.
I think so.
So they're selling that at a loss, right? And we're talking about a handheld. And if we're talking about the handheld replacing the S and being able to dock it and everything else, like, the one thing I've said about the handheld is that they do need to show up with the power necessary to go ahead and really make these games look exceptional.
And the tech
necessary. So I wasn't looking for a cheap handheld from Xbox, right? That's an issue, right? If we're talking about that, the handheld replacing the S and potentially not coming in with the tech and power necessary. I want a heavy duty techie freaking handheld that, yes, I want to be able to dock it, but when I am using it, I want to be able to have all the bells and whistles. And I don't know that they can deliver that with that price budget. Like, if we're talking about that range in pricing, I'm not sure.
They're gonna match the price. I think the scale might match.
Okay.
So 500 versus 300, you might be talking 700 versus 500.
Yes, 500,
you know
700, 500, 800. Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, listen, PlayStation has popped that cherry. The one thing that they did was go ahead and kind of they did it with the games as well. They created kind of like a new bracket where a console should be when it comes to pricing. And the same thing with the games, right? They keep on trying to up the prices. So we can all thank PlayStation for popping that cherry, and maybe it's actually a more comfortable situation for Xbox to go ahead and not make such a splash, like such a big deal when their pricings do kick in. It might give them a little bit more of a range to go ahead and price it in the way that they would feel comfortable, and where they wouldn't be taking that much of an L when they're selling these consoles like they did
So
with this generations.
I agree. So I think we're going to have, and obviously we'll see how this all shakes out,
Mm-hmm.
but I honestly think that we're going to have to accept that this generation is not leaving.
Mm-hmm.
I think we have to understand that the Series X and S, and that the PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 5 Pro are not ending anytime soon.
Well, the
They're
the
not going
generation,
anywhere.
even though they were out, the generation kind of didn't really kick in till much later, right? We're kind of just starting to see, and we talk about it all the time. I feel like, we've said the real freaking next true gen game that we've seen so far, like it started with Hellblade 2. Starfield was great, but that was kind of like the shifting point. And then when Hellblade hit, it was like, okay, look at this. This is really next gen. Now we're really using the tech that we have available. So
Mhm.
maybe with the S being out there at that price, we have the X. Maybe we're just looking at a bigger beast, right? Maybe we're talking PC style type of console that's going to cost $800, and not a lot of people are going to take that leap. Um, Obviously we're going to get into it in the, I'm assuming, the next topic with the handheld. But our handheld needs to kind of fall in between, probably like an X, I would say, especially since you can dock it, or dare I say, anywhere between the X and the new console. And that may be the soft spot. And here we got 4 layers of pricing for whatever you're looking for, essentially.
So
We did see comparisons, and we did see the S, and we saw the X next to the PlayStation 5 and the PiSSR, and we did see a comparison of the same game. And listen, right up the top, that freaking S kicks ass, right? Because it was putting the PiSSR to shame.
Yeah.
yeah,
As well as the PlayStation 5.
yeah, that game definitely. I mean, obviously, it's always games, right? So it
Mm-hmm.
depends on how
According to
which
the
game
game and
takes
what's, yeah.
advantage of what. We know that if any developer actually utilizes the Xbox
Mm-hmm.
platform when they're making their games, the Series S and the Series X will always shine. If you're not, then obviously it becomes a PlayStation world,
Secondary
right? So
situation,
I
yes.
think when I think about the stuff when it comes to the next gen hardware, I think I saw Fillmore Pocket say something, and I
Fillmore was
think this
good.
might be kind of uh like, I think it would make sense. He says price wise, the handheld might be like the Series X, and the next gen Xbox console might be the lower priced option.
I,
Wait.
I don't think that.
Oh, so you're thinking flip, that the handheld is the higher price option, and the next gen box is actually just the Series X, the Series S.
So you thought he
Um,
said what I was thinking,
I
that the
thought he was
next
saying
console is
that
going to be like $800, and we're looking at the handheld
yeah,
at
yeah,
about
yeah.
the X, maybe even a little higher with the
I
docking and
can.
everything, and that's going to be like the
So
sweet in
so
between.
I think Xbox is looking at Switch,
Hmm.
right? So I think we might see a 499 Switch too.
That's
That's
possible.
what I think. Um, I'm not sure, but I think we'll see a 499 Switch too. And I think that that's where Xbox is going to look at the handheld. So I thought I misread what you're saying. I mean, I'm glad I clicked on it, but I misread what you were saying. I thought you meant like the handheld was going to be like the price of a Series X, almost like kind of taking that spot. And I thought you also meant like it was going to deliver like almost like Series X performance
Hmm.
in the handheld, at that higher price. Um, and then go ahead and have the next gen console obviously be like what you said, baby, the hybrid PC killer,
Yep.
power, killer tech. Because you got to remember too, like it is going to be a lot about AI,
Hmm.
right? It's going to be
It
a
is.
lot about AI. And like even when we look at like the 5090 and the 4090 cards for Nvidia, the tech in the new NVIDIA cards, they are more powerful than the old cards, but they're not actually that much more powerful. Like they're not stupid, crazy powerful out of the box. Is the AI.
It's the AI that
Is
pushes.
the AI that takes all that shit and amplifies it like crazy. And I really think that that's where we're going to be heading when it comes to these handhelds. On paper, that handheld might literally be just a little bit more powerful than the Series S, but it'll just have on device
AI support,
all of the AI, machine learning, all that shit on device, so that it can go ahead
and really
and
push
just
it forward,
upscale and do all the shit that it needs to do. Remember, this is not NVIDIA is not like the DLSS and all that shit. It's not like the PiSSR. The PiSSR can't do anything but enhance a little bit. It doesn't take a game that's 30 frames per second and make it 60, right? DLSS, that's what it does. That's where it lives at, right? It takes things and enhances the whole game from how it looks to how it runs, right? And if with the new AI that Microsoft is working on, it's very possible that that's the scenario we're going to be in with a new handheld, right? So the handheld will be a device that can go ahead and be a lower power profile, but have AI do the heavy lifting, right? Like that's kind of where I see it. So price wise, I really think that the Series S and Series is going to be like the iPhone. You know what I'm saying? Where like you see they come out with a new phone and they're like, all right, here's the new 2 phones, but like here's the other phones that you can still go and buy, right? Because the games are still going to run on those, right? So they may say you have a $700 or $800 Xbox Series, the top one, the PC hybrid. Then you have like the handheld that's $499, taking the spot of the Series X pricing. Then maybe you get the Series X at like $400, like $399, and then or something like that, and then you get the Series S at $200 or $250. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it could become a family of devices, right? Obviously, the highest shit, the premium shit, is going to be there, and then the other shit won't. And guess what? On the iPhone, they are in fact able to tier off shit. So there are exclusives on, not this year because they now made it powerful enough that there is not a difference, but the previous year only the Pro 15 was able to run the games that were coming out, the Resident Evil, all that shit, right? It was only the Pro that was able to do it. The other ones were not able to. And that, again, you're in the same situation where even though you have a family of consoles, that doesn't mean that the new top of the line Xbox and the handheld won't have any type of exclusives away from the previous gen. But it leaves it where everything stays, in rotation. Because honestly, I don't, bro, they're not selling them, but the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 are still going to be around come next gen. They're not going anywhere. The only way that will happen is if universally Fortnite, Roblox, and Minecraft all discontinued that generation and said you cannot play these games anymore over there. It's the only way. Right. Outside of that, they're still going to be very active. There's still going to be a place where people are going to make games. And honestly, most indies are not aiming that high. Right. So like most indies are still going to release their shit across all these generations. Nobody's going to let these consoles go to waste.
Of course not.
So it's actually very interesting to see what's going to come. Like I'm very intrigued by how things are going to actually play out. You know what I'm saying? Like, how are they going to go ahead and have some exclusives and shit like that? It's very interesting to me for sure.
Agreed.
Let me get the homie Demo Flow that I didn't even see, man. Thank you so much for being here, my brother. Appreciate you, homie. Thank you for being a member for 12 months, man. That's so dope, bro. Thank you, homie. What's up. Says Xbox new hardware? But how? No wonder they're so mad. Yes, they are big mad. They are big mad. They're not feeling good. They thought it was dead.
They stay mad.
Just doubling down. The homie Splendid for us in the building. Thank you, my brother, for being here. Thank you for that $2 super chat. Says, LOL, quote, the PiSSR can't do anything. That's funny shit. It is funny shit.
Seriously, though. Seriously.
It
Because,
is.
there was, once upon a time, according to everyone, it could do so much.
It was a 40,
you know?
90, 50, 90,
It was
60,
so
90.
much.
Heard
The
they got the
sky was
70,
the
90
limit.
tech
Best
in
thing
there.
ever. It seemed like they should be making consoles for all platforms.
Yeah.
You know?
Facts.
But turns out, oopsies.
Mm-hmm. And of course, we have the homie
Dan, what's good?
My dude. Thank you, my brother,
Thank
for
you
being
for
here, man.
rocking
Appreciate
out.
you, fam. Thank you for that $5 super chat, homie. Says GTA 6 will only be portable on the Xbox handheld. They have to lean into that. See, that's crazy right there. But to be fair, Dan, we don't know that because GTA might be going to the Switch too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
like you can't take the
also
fact that it hasn't been announced for it to take that as a
but
it's not going to, because they're not going to announce anything until the Switch 2 is formally announced.
Like
here
they've
it
come
is.
out
Look at
here.
the
But
games we're
listen,
doing.
based on what we saw from the Switch 2, I mean, one can only hope that they do go ahead and show up with some type of power, and that was
version, bro.
like, sorry guys, didn't mean to not show you what to really expect. Like the Switch 2, if they put Grand Theft Auto on that, right, this is more reason why Xbox needs to come correct with that handheld. They need to have that power necessary. They need to show up. I feel like there's no room with so many handhelds out there. You need to differentiate yourself from the others, and I think bringing in that power, and it needs to be it.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what's able to do,
We'll
but
see.
if they don't do that, then yes, Xbox will be the only handheld that can do that, and you're absolutely right. I mean, even if the Switch can do it, let's be real, it'll be the only handheld that can play it the way you would want to play it.
Yeah,
right?
but that's the thing.
Like looking right.
That's what it comes down to.
The right way. And yeah, like that has to be a huge
selling point for your handheld for sure.
So agreed 100%. And we do have the homie Splendiferous in the building. My dude, thank you, my brother, for being here. Thank you for that $2 super chat. Says, remember, PlayStation is making a handheld too, right? Yes, you're right. They are making a handheld as well, reportedly. I don't know how that's gonna go, fam.
I don't know who's making it for them. Like, is the PiSSR tech in there? Like, what's happening? What are we doing, PlayStation? What's happening now?
It's gonna last 12 days. We already know.
Right? Oh my god. Well, I mean, listen, to be fair, what's that the handheld they have? I mean,
yeah, what's that thing called?
The portable?
The Portal, yeah.
Yeah, the portal.
It lasted like a month, and then they stopped talking about it altogether.
Well, I don't think anybody talks about it.
No.
But at least they didn't pull it. You know what I'm saying? Unlike the PiSSR.
I mean, it's a tablet with the controller cut in half. I mean, it's pretty cheap to make, so that's probably why.
Facts. We'll see. But yes,
Fisher Price.
They are making something, so we'll see. Machine XP says it's called the portable piss. Oh my god, that's wild. That's real wild. Oh my god. All right. So let's shift the conversation over to the first part of the article, which is talking about this year getting this game, this handheld, as like the test handheld, right? So it's the first of the OEMs going ahead and doing something officially Xbox related, right? So the reason why, and I know a lot of people have been giving shit to like Jazz and shit like that about the way it's framed, like this is not a Xbox handheld, but understand let's be clear, they're still living in that old version of that, right? So like this is going to be an Xbox handheld, just like every single one of the handhelds that are out there outside of the new Steam OS one that's going to be coming out is a Windows handheld, right? You got to start thinking about what Xbox
Yep.
is becoming the platform itself, the ecosystem itself is Xbox, just like Windows is the platform, right? So with Xbox being the focus of these devices, and again, they might run Windows, but we know that Xbox is literally working on that layer that sits there, either sits on top or they cut out all the bullshit on the back end, but that makes it more like an Xbox experience that you would expect to have. So we know that is happening because Jason Ronald talked about that. Phil Spencer talked about that, right? They know that this is what they're working on. And supposedly, when you start putting, two and two together, we just had a whole big announcement about GDC that's supposed to be coming up in a few weeks or in a couple weeks, right? That Xbox was going over there showing them like mobile and all this shit, bro. Why do you think he's able to find this information right now? I think we're about to see this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever
I think
it
so
is,
too.
I think we're about to find out what it is in a couple of weeks. And if that motherfucker goes up for pre-order, this motherfucker going to be getting that shit. ASAP Rocky.
There's no room for the 50-90 situation to be taking place over here.
Listen,
that motherfucker was a ghost.
Yeah, that should never happen, man.
Yeah.
One day. When it's fixed, that's why. Because it was giving problems. The last thing I need is to go buy that, put it in here, and it starts melting the whole PC. So much for the show. Can't get on. But yes, I think they're gonna show it. And I don't think it's gonna be like he says Asus, Lenovo, MSI, Razer, etc. I think if you think about the first kind of foray into the handheld game outside of Steam, Xbox partnered with
Asus
for the ROG Ally. And that was the first one that, Game Pass was easily kind of, on there and all this shit. And they really had a big push for it. So it's very possible that it could be Asus. Like, out of all the people, like the Lenovo fucking Legion Go, I don't think it's them. The MSI Claw, like, you haven't really heard Xbox with anybody else.
Well, I think they want to partner with another powerful brand name. I don't think Lenovo has that brand appeal that Asus does, not to the gaming community at least. So I think it's going to be like Asus.
I feel like Asus is the one that it would be. So theoretically, we would be seeing a new ROG Ally that is geared towards Xbox. And when you look at that picture on their GDC kind of announcement, they showed a bunch of different devices, if you remember. And that first one was a handheld, and it looked like a black ROG Ally.
Yeah.
So it looked like something that could have been a device. But this year, I mean, look, that's the rumor this year. Codename Keenan, I don't see where that has a place. Like what that could possibly mean, or how could it possibly relate to the device? Maybe some dude named Keenan was like, "Hey, should we make a handheld?" And they're like, "Yeah, let's go, let's do it." I don't know. I'm very excited for this year. Getting a new handheld from them. I really hope that it's based off of the new, software suite that they have that's supposed to make it feel more game focused. This is also our first look at that type of real partnership, right? So this is this handheld version. But come to console, we're thinking that that's going to be similar, right? Where other OEMs are going to be making their own version of the Xbox. So if we already see this happening and this pops off successfully and they do something that works really well, it's going to be exciting to think of the the future too of what's going to come from the next gen consoles. I mean, I'm all for it. I love the fact that it's coming this year. I was of the I was thinking that it was going to be next year, just the regular handheld. I said I thought it should be earlier, like the year before or something, but it wouldn't have made sense the way I thought it, because I thought it would be like Xbox's handheld.
Yeah.
But doing it this way, where you got that partner handheld, I mean, it's fucking. I think you're good.
I just hope that it opens up the Pandora's box of there being a true gaming operating system, as opposed to like having Windows and, you know, with just a launcher inside of it. Like if we have if you can have a PC with quick resume and you know, all those, you know, console features in the PC on top of the power that a PC provides and the modding and all that other stuff, it's going to be a really interesting world if that's where all of this is leading towards.
Agreed. Baby, what do you think, my love?
I think, you know, having a handheld that it's kind of like a beta testing the reaction before you drop your organic handheld, it's a huge advantage to going ahead and kind of hearing back feedback and kind of knowing what may be lacking, especially when, again, you know, things have been taken into consideration. And Nintendo brought handhelds back, but since then there've been so many available, and you want to go ahead and have something that you know is authentic to your brand and differentiates from the other ones out there and makes yours just a must have. I think when if it comes out this year, I mean, that's great. Obviously, for us, we've been waiting for quite a bit and hoping, excited about the idea of getting a handheld. And it's just, I think this is going to be just a stepping stone for us, kind of like get us through till they go ahead and release our actual handheld. And again, it's just going to benefit what we're going to get, because I do think that any things in there, any bits of, you know, mishaps or something that should be a little bit more polished, something that may be lacking or that they didn't incorporate, it's something that they're going to hear back about and potentially going ahead and incorporate it into their handheld that, you know, I'm eager to get. I mean, regardless of how they show it.
Yeah,
I feel
'cause
like
think
that's just a pre-order period. There's no missing that.
agreed. Because like even now, like it's so like you've been helping one of our daughters with her uh Animal Crossing,
Yes.
right? Her town, because Doodle had crazy hours in Animal Crossing during the pandemic. It was
Over
insane.
2,000.
And
Oh wow.
Have the
so
most yeah,
I
amazing.
mean,
My
we loved it.
island
We
is
lived in
dope.
that world, bro. Like
I
during the
know we
pandemic,
got like married in the
yep,
in the game.
it was crazy. We just
Yeah.
it literally every day was wake up and go to Animal Crossing world and just do that.
We will
All of
go
us, the
to each
kids,
other's islands, so
everybody.
everyone will get on their Switch and kind
It
of go
was
to each other's island.
yeah.
And
It
That's
was
crazy.
crazy dope.
CMoney built me a house on his
And
island.
she
I
never
never
came.
built his.
She never came.
I told my I
Never
never
came.
showed up to the house, so
I was
I
like,
never.
okay, well, can I have a house on your island?
No.
No, got it.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. And I didn't have any space. It's listen, let's say that disgusting. Okay, it's fucked up. But either way, so but now the girls, you know, they were very small, so we were doing that mostly with our bigger kids at the
Our
time.
older ones, yeah.
But now the young
Poor
girls,
CMoney
I
says,
know.
right, you
Thank
are.
you. Right,
Poor
you are.
indeed. I had like 70 million
Oh
bells,
shit!
and
You
he
see
had
how she
like
took that shit, like literal. Yes, I was poor. I don't know where the fuck she was getting that money. I don't know what she was doing to get that money, because I could not get that money in any type of normal way. I don't know what she was doing, y'all. I don't believe it. I don't know. listen, I'm not even gonna go to my theories. Okay,
Gosh, I didn't even
but
try to make anything, but yeah, I do
either
pay
way,
for older bridges and inclines and all
yeah.
that shit.
So the little ones are now getting into it, and they want to do their stuff and make their islands and all that shit. So obviously, Doodle's helping with it, but um, it also kind of highlighted how easy it was for her to kind of just be doing something and also have the switch there, right?
Mhm.
And just pick it up and do some more and then get back to what she was
Yeah,
doing.
it's
So if she
so
was
oh
cooking
my
something and
gosh,
she wanted to
yes.
cook, flip the thing, blah blah blah,
It
do whatever, and
click.
then boom, you're right back in your game.
Mhm.
Versus having to go walk all the way back and then walk all the way back, like that's not feasible, right? So
No.
what the typical option would be like, well, I'm just not going to play right now because I don't want to go walking back and forth. I'm going to focus on cooking. But I brought the Steam Deck to you with
Yes.
the Game Pass Cloud, right? So Xbox
Yes.
the cloud shit, so we can do the cloud gaming on it because you wanted to play some Valve,
Yep.
and you were like, well, I can play Valve while I'm here, but the problem is that it's not, you can't just put it down and leave it down for an
Mhm.
extended amount of time, or you can't just quickly turn it off and
And
then
then back
hop
up.
back
Yes, it's
in
so
because it's through the cloud.
frustrating. It is. That is such an advantage that the Switch has. Like you can literally, if you don't have the time to like at the moment to say, okay, I can sit down and focus on, just doing that. And like the in-betweens of something else that you're doing, you will love to go ahead and hop into something. Like the Switch has that, it facilitates that so smoothly where you either put it down and you're like, oh shoot, this is going to take me just a minute or two longer, maybe 5 minutes instead of what I originally thought. I'll be like taking like 30 seconds to a minute. Okay, click, let me shut it off real quick so the battery doesn't wear out, and let me just finish what I'm doing and pop it back on, get in there. But you are still like doing what you're doing. You can do it in the moments in
Yeah.
between,
And
and it just is
which to
such
be
a
fair,
seamless situation.
the
It's so
Steam
dope.
Deck can do on its own, right? So
Yes.
if you're playing the games on Steam Deck, you're in that same boat and everything's great.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, Steam Deck does not have the cloud. I
Yep.
mean, not the cloud. Our
The
Game
the Game
Pass.
Pass.
You
Yep.
can't access your Game Pass library through it. You
Mm-hmm.
can buy shit on there, but that's okay. We have Game Pass, right? So using the cloud obviously doesn't work that way, right?
Yep.
You got to be playing. So yeah, man, it's time. Like give me a
Absolutely.
fucking Xbox focused handheld that lets me have Game Pass on there that works. I mean, I honestly, if we're talking handheld, I don't know if you like, if I was gonna say like my wishes for it, I wish they just look at fucking Steam Deck and make that for Xbox. Like, I want the button on the side that slides over the tab that lets me get to all the menus I want. Hit the other side button and it gets me into all the workings of the actual handheld. If I want to tweak the fan or do whatever the hell I want to do, um, make it that seamless, make it that easy. Like it needs to feel like it's part of it and not like I'm opening up a screen that is separate. You know what I'm saying? Like I just want that ease of use,
Yep.
but give that to me in the Xbox form factor where we can just easily turn it off, turn it on. Even like the other ones don't do that. So like the ROG Ally, if I'm not mistaken, like when I'm playing, I can't just press the button
Mm-mm.
and then it goes to sleep real quick and then I just pop it back on and it's just right back where I was. Um, at least I don't remember it doing that. I know the big part for me was on the Steam Deck. You can. The Steam Deck is literally like a Switch that plays, grown people shit.
Yeah. So we need that accessibility like with the Switch with Game Pass and kind of just high end, new tech type of
Yep.
situation going on, and voila.
Yep. But I mean, still let me, go into the other side too. Like, let me get into, my Play stores, like figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
Listen,
Yeah.
what's the name of that thing? GOG, right? Have you ever seen, I don't know if you use this shit, but like GOG, I think they have something called Galaxy. It's on the computer. It's a launcher that takes all of your launchers and puts them into one place. So all of your games feed into that launcher and you can click it and it'll go ahead and launch your game right from that one spot. And even if it brings up another screen that you have to sign in specifically or some bullshit, at least it can aggregate everything, so I don't have to keep looking for shit. So if Xbox can create their own version of that just worked like better, that'd be phenomenal.
Yeah.
That'd be phenomenal.
Yeah.
Do you
Agreed.
guys
I
have
think we're
any
gonna get
wishes
something
that
like
you
that.
would want in a handheld?
I kind of just said all of mine, but
So just to be able to quickly turn it on and off.
yeah, yes, obviously
go
with
in.
the power, like a combination of it all I need. And it's what kind of gives me peace of mind is, again, like I said before, Phil said he's looking at what is missing from each one, or what is,
That makes it an
that
Xbox.
makes it, yes. And so I'm hoping that we're going to get the best of each one into one handheld, with then perks from it being made by Xbox, right?
Facts.
So,
Do you think they're gonna do? Oh, okay. No, go ahead. Go ahead. Fine.
well, what I don't want, I'll say what I don't want first is I don't want this handheld to be the Asus ROG Ally with just Xbox branding on it. I want it. I
Yep.
want the OS to be something unique, something new that I didn't have before this device dropped.
Okay.
And y'all have both said a bunch of great features. But one that I just thought of that I think would be amazing is if your handheld can, when you dock it, if you can somehow link it to your Xbox, and you can pull either quick resume file.
So you dock it into a dock, and that dock
Recognizes
then
the Xbox.
the Xbox. You mean the handheld as an Xbox?
Yeah, the handheld Xbox. They recognize the console Xbox, and you're able to pick up your quick resume either or.
Like, so do you want them? Okay, so that's a different feature that
So
I
you're
think that they
saying to
are
be able to connect
working
to
on.
your actual Xbox, and you can go back and forth from whichever.
Yeah, you can
From
quick resume
almost
wherever
like
you're
going
further
back
ahead
and forth
in.
from two consoles.
Yeah.
So I think that was like the original pitch for Stadia, right? So Stadia, they wanted to show us that you could be playing one place and then pause the game, go to another device, and then unpause it on that device, and you would be in the same place. So like you want to be able to pause somewhere, quick resume. So you're on your Xbox, you have the quick resume, and then the only problem that couldn't just be when you dock it. It would have to be at all times.
I don't
Because
know if they can do it at all times. So my solution would
but
just
then
be
you wouldn't be able to play the game when you're not, like, meaning
You got to
if
be able to
if
pick up on the same
meaning if
spot,
you're playing on your
regardless of whether you're
console
playing
right
it.
tonight,
I mean,
and tomorrow
you can
morning you're
already
like,
do that with the cloud save, but I'm just talking about the quick resume.
no, that's what I'm saying. So quick resume though. So if quick resume, it would still have to transfer, right?
Yeah.
So meaning if you play on your console tonight, and then tomorrow morning you're like, all right, I'm out. I'm grabbing my handheld, going to work. When you get to work and you grab your handheld, you already want it to have
Yeah, you just
wherever
grab it
you
off the
left
dock.
off on the console. Yeah.
It already pulls it from the dock. It already pulls that from the dock for you. You don't have to think about it.
As long as you're signed in, it should all be able. Yeah, it should all. What you're
So it
saying
should
is
just
it should
connect
all just link
Yeah.
together.
Yeah,
So
I think they're
wherever
working
you
on something
are,
like that.
wherever you are, as long as you're signed into your name, it should pick up wherever you left off, whatever game you left
Yeah.
off, wherever. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think that's something honestly that they spoke about before. Like I feel like they mentioned that they were working on that. So wanting to take, so basically instead of your quick resume living on your box with a limited number of states that can be there, I think the idea is that would somehow be put into the cloud. And then number one, you free yourself from having to have only a certain amount, right? You could pretty much have any game you want in the cloud at quick resume, and then obviously just pull it down right from where you are. to do that. I don't know the tech that they have to do that. I don't know how they would be able to do that, but
make it happen.
Whatever it is, this is
Figure it out.
All
right, Phil, let us know. We'll send you a list. All great ideas. I feel like we need to clip this and just send it over.
Yeah,
you know,
right thing, Phil.
Yeah, just in case he missed anything.
Agreed. And I see Colin Prime says it sounds like it would just be a handheld that would just have Xbox branding with just the same software. So I don't know. So see, I don't read it that way. I don't think that that's the case, because then why does it even matter? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not like an Xbox partnership.
That's not an exclusive worthy.
They already did that with ROG Ally. You know what I'm saying? So, and the buttons are already ABXY, the same color. You know what I'm saying? So it's all the things are already the same. Maybe you don't have the Xbox home button, the guide button or whatever. But outside of that, no, they've already been there, done that. I think this is this is going to be their handheld that is showing. Again, they're making this whole big deal about GDC. I think we're going to find out in a couple weeks.
Yeah, I know.
What it looks like and what it is.
Launch month? You have in mind?
Launch a month. I mean, unless it's like fucking ready to go, it would have to be like in the fall, no?
I think you can launch as early as July, honestly.
Yeah, I feel like we always assume like it's coming in the fall, right? Because that's normally how things take place. But exactly, like the Switch always hits for spring, right? And we thought that, they were going to announce it earlier this year and it was going to go ahead and release, now in the spring. And I don't know. I feel like it'll be pretty freaking dope for people to have an Xbox handheld all summer, right? Like, that'd be pretty freaking cool. Yes.
If it's already out, like if the hardware is already out, like let's just assume it's the Asus ROG Ally with just an Xbox button now with a different OS inside. All you're doing is changing the OS. You can release it as soon as you announce it, pretty much.
Yeah, it would be pretty cool to say, and I do get like, the excitement for the sales during the holidays, but I do think like having a lot of people will go ahead and just scoop it up and have it like throughout the summertime. A lot of people that are even younger people with college, the gap between college, summer vacation, it'll be a dope time for, to if your kids are interested in that. And then it'll have another ramp up during the holidays. And it's like, okay, here we go. Again, it gets another boost. I think we need to stop thinking of just the holidays when it comes to releasing these things and kind of more of like a where does it suit, even if it picks up and ramps up, and then it will be kind of like an opportunity to get like a $50 off if people had to go ahead and wait for Black Friday and stuff like that. Not much of a discount, but something that makes people feel like, okay, well, now I can buy it or justify the purchase, rather than when it releases right around that time where you lose face for dropping the price.
If they announce it at GDC, and like I said, the hardware isn't the limiting factor because the hardware is already out there. Like, you could launch it right alongside Doom.
Yeah, that'd be pretty dope.
It's possible. It's possible. Well, listen, I think exciting times.
Dragon Warrior was good love. The first thing I see is Dragon Warrior saying, "Here's the word," and holy crap. Holy crap, indeed.
Facts. Big facts.
The mechanic was good. Thank you for rocking out. Thank you guys for being here.
Up, yeah, and lastly, Cullen says they say it is PC centric, and that's why it sounds like it isn't just an Xbox in your hand. So this one is not going to be the Xbox in your hand. That's going to be the next one. That's the one that they're working on. This one's going to be the PC centric one, but it has the Xbox layer. The same thing they're trying to do for your PC and the handhelds. They want to create this layer or this software package that makes it where if you choose, your console or your handheld will be more like an Xbox as opposed to the standard way, right? But that being said, guys, we don't know. We're very excited to see. Hopefully, we should have some answers in the next few weeks. But guys, this is gonna do it, man. Thank you all so much for rocking out with us.
Thank you,
Um,
guys.
yeah, we appreciate y'all.
We've missed you.
We have missed you, so thank you so much for rocking out. The rest of the week looks a little spooky. We don't know exactly how it's gonna go. Like I said, we things are a little busy. So we will update you guys and let you know in Discord.
Yes.
You know what's gonna happen, but outside of that, man, we're excited. We're excited. We'll definitely keep rocking out. 3 more
Right,
hours,
you are.
Doodle.
What's
3
up,
more
man?
hours.
3 more hours, Doodle. On the next show.
On the next show. On the next show, for sure, for sure. But guys, thank y'all so much, man. Thank you to everybody who was here with us, rocking out live in the building, man. Thank you to everybody who super chatted, man. You guys are the shit. Thank you to everybody who gifted out some memberships, man. You guys are the shit. Thank you for
guys.
the homie Fark you for becoming a member. Again. Thank
Yes.
you, man. Appreciate you. You guys are
Park
shit.
you is
Obviously,
back.
shout out to our elite members, the homie Big Boy Mike, Dark Angelic, Pragmatic Eagle, and Culture the Canuck. And of course, our inner circle member, the homie Big Mix Gaming. Shout out to the first 3 people who were
Yes.
in this chat, man. You had the homie Atogi Gamer, Malcolm X Lax, and Dark Angelic. Our first super chat was from our boy 108 Dragon.
Woo.
And our biggest super chat was from our boy Do You K Now, the broke boy insider with that 10. And he also gifted insider a membership as well.
Oh, so did Ryu Art.
He did
Ryu
one,
Art
yeah, but he
Gaming.
did it first. Right,
Yes.
needed to do 2 to take Broke Boy out
To
of the
take the
game.
spot.
But yeah, man. So we appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. You guys are the shit. So thank y'all. Now, of course, it's not just us. We got our homie Pharaoh Bazaar in the building, man. Thank you, my brother, for being here, man.
Thank you,
Rocking
Pharaoh.
out with us. Why don't you let everybody know where to find you, homie?
You can find me Mondays, 9 p.m. on the Vitamin G podcast on YouTube. Just type in Vitamin G podcast. We'll pop right up. Come rock out with us.
Let's
Awesome,
go.
man. Awesome. Well, thank you guys again. We appreciate
Thank you,
y'all.
guys. Ryu Art demands a recount.
The count's there. The hours are there. The hours are there. But guys, thank you again, yo. You guys are the shit. We appreciate y'all. Until next time, man. Hey, we're gonna end the show the way we end every single show. Doodle.
Yes.
We're done.
We are.
Until next time.
You're intruding.
You're intruding.